Ah! Bakapong! Hello, everyone. It really do be me. Hi. It's nice to see you. Alright, so this stream might be a little bit shorter. I have things to do, unfortunately. Unfortunately, Maku has things to do that Maku should have done a while ago, but... You know. It do be the way that it is. Hello, Kumo. Nice to see you. Thank you for dropping by. Also, Kumo, I am unsure if you are able to join in, but if you, just in case you are, I am sitting in the thing. Just in case. Kumo also has things that Kumo should have done a long time ago, and honestly, Kumo, you're real for that. But yeah, just in case, Kumo, you're able to join in, you can find me. If not, that's okay. I'm gonna do maybe one or two, depending on how quickly we can get through this. Because Maku has to go to work early tomorrow. Maku has to go to work early tomorrow because Maku has a concert on Monday. Give me a bit. Yay! But yeah, Maku has a concert on Monday, so Maku needs to go into work a little bit early to make up for the time that I'm going to be missing out on Monday. Anyway. Iko. Give me a second. Okay, now Iko. Even though you were awake, the sun had barely peeked its head above the horizon, and the sky above was still dark, though lightening by the minute. Usually, you wouldn't be up so early, especially during summer vacation, but today was different. Today, instead of the lazy days you were used to, everything around you was a flurry of activity as both your family and Coves prepared for what lay ahead. Because parked in the street, just outside your house, was a massive RV camper, so big you couldn't even see Cove's house behind it. His parents had rented the RV for a few days to take him on a short road trip to see the Redwood National Park. Honestly, that's a vibe. My brother had a little like RV trailer thing, but it was one of the ones that is like permanently parked at a little area. So it's kind of more like of a summer getaway. And that was an entire vibe, but I can imagine that, like, you know, just kind of being in there while you're driving around must be such a fucking mood. You glanced at Cove, who was standing nearby, taking in the scene in front of him. The prospect of the trip had to be a mixed bag for him, but it was only 3 days, so it seemed he was dealing with it as best as he could. Especially now that you and your family were joining them. Oh. Speaking of... this is absolutely unrelated, but I've got popcorn with me. There's ready-made popcorn that my family and I... Oh!
Hello.
You're still chat coon.
Hello. I think I'm gonna leave it like that.
You're just gonna leave it as chat coon?
Yeah, I think I should. I think it's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, Maku and Maku Mama found a popcorn store nearby.
Popcorn.
Well, Maku got a bunch of different flavored popcorns.
I know Maku's very happy about that.
Yeah, I'm eating like the one that is probably the most mid out of all of them currently. And, you know, just to get it out of the way. I thought it was going to be good. It's nacho cheese flavored, and I thought it was going to be pretty okay.
Oh.
And it is okay. But literally, we got like...
quite literally just okay.
Yeah. No, because literally we got flavors that were like garlic parmesan or like fucking honey mustard. And the honey mustard was like delicious for some fuck-ass reason. Or like strawberry.
Okay.
There was also Rocky Road. I tried like maybe one or two, but I can't have it because of the diet. And that's just, that's just chocolate covered popcorn. Enjoy Agile, motherfuckers.
How normal you are about popcorn.
It's one of the snacks that I can still have, right? That's not compromised at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. If I could have ketchup chips, oh, fuck.
Oh, bro.
That'd be the most Canadian. How was your day, Kumo?
Kumo's day was fine. Kumo has an assessment at work tomorrow.
Oh. Hell yeah.
So...
That's fun. We hate assessments here.
We hate assessments. I'll tell you more about it later.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kumo's day was fine. How was Maka's day?
Oh, just for the sake of, like, context. So everyone, there is, we discovered that there is someone who is, like, putting fucking, like, brewing some shit in a mug and just leaving it inside of a drawer.
Jesus.
And it's been going on for so long. Like, basically, they're just putting in a bunch of, like, foraged items like a fucking squirrel into a mug and, like, soaking it in water and leaving it in there for days. But then they also put it inside of a drawer. Like, you're just trying to find a fucking spoon and then you're going to just find that shit instead. Actual fucking hazard. So, we found out who it was today.
Genuinely vile and disgusting.
And they were like, oh no, it's like a health thing. And we're like, what the fuck are you on about?
What?
Yeah, yeah, you're right, it's a health thing. A health hazard.
Health violation, right.
That's fucking crazy. But,
Yeah, okay.
okay, now that your family will join you. Have you ever gone on, like, an RV trip? Like how Marco and Kova are going?
No. Marco. I forgot that's what your name was.
Marco! It's fucking funny, dude.
You're going on an RV trip?
We're gonna RV trip. Going on a cool adventure and we don't know what's in store.
Alright, let's
I've never been on an RV trip.
Same. I feel like it would be such a vibe, though.
It would be. It would be like camping.
I also have not gone camping unless it's like a school-sanctioned camping where you just go into like a lodge. Yeah, I mean,
technically, when I went on a school camping trip, we were actually like in the fucking woods.
That's crazy.
One of my classmates got attacked by a raccoon, and another one of my classmates got poison ivy on a place I can't mention.
Oh. That's crazy.
Yeah, it was not fun. We went on a midnight hike though. I don't know why they did that with 4th graders, but
Oh, that's wild.
yeah.
Every time I went to a quote-unquote camp, it was always like, there were always like lodges and cabins and stuff.
I mean, we were fucking thugging it out.
Yeah, you guys were fighting for your lives, man. I had one of my godbrother came to one of the trips, and my godbrother's a very no nonsense type of person.
Oh no.
And he's very, very funny. Like, to be clear, it's just that, like, he's gonna be very upfront with you about, like, whatever he plans on doing. And you have no choice. Like, he doesn't give a single fuck about what you or anyone else has to really say about it. So, he's, like, my friend who was sharing, like, a fucking room with him was like, yo, why is your godbrother, like, basically threatening us and saying that there's a real possibility that we're gonna see his ding-dong at, like, 2 a.m. And I'm like,
what?
So I spoke to him. I was like, homie, what the fuck? And he was just like, no, I like taking showers, but I don't like fighting over showers with people, because, that's what it's like, right? When you go out on a school
Mhm.
trip, you fight for your fucking lives.
Yeah.
So he was like, yeah, no, I don't like having to worry about that. And I don't like having to wait. So I'll wake up at like 2 or 3 a.m., take my fucking shower, and then go back to sleep. And like, if they wake up at that point and then they see me, there's a real chance that they might just see my ding dong.
Homie, that sounds ominous as fuck without context.
Yeah, I was like... But you could also just say like, hey, you know, heads up, I like waking up early so I can take a shower so I don't have to fight over it.
Mm-hmm.
That could be like the warning in and of itself.
That would be the easier way to get that point across.
Yeah. Just like, oh, you know, I like taking showers in the morning, and there's a real possibility that you might see my ding dong.
What an odd thing to say. That's sick.
No, it's so fucking... There was like... I've said it a couple of times, but like I can't do D&D. I get too anxious. But I love hearing about other people's campaigns. So my godbrother was the DM for this particular campaign. And one of the players was being extremely spicy.
Oh.
Just like extremely spicy. And to the point that it was like becoming a detriment to the party. And so my godbrother was just like, hey, be spicy again, go for it. And then, you know, because the other player was an asshole, was just like, okay, bet. So he did the spicy thing. And my godbrother was like, okay, now you have syphilis and you lose speed.
I love STIs in D&D.
So, you know, just so you know, Maku and Maku family in general is very hinged. We're all very normal. Okay. You weren't sure. Normal. You weren't sure how exactly it had happened. You knew your parents and Coves spoke to each other often, and somewhere along the way, plans were made after Cliff offered to share the space. The parents all thought it was a fantastic idea, and it is. You had already gotten a good look inside while helping to load everything in, and you had to admit that while it was a really big car, fitting that many people inside was going to be snug. How many there's 7 of us? Yeah, that's a lot of people.
Ooh.
Like,
yeah, that's a lot of fucking people.
That's a lot of people. Can you just, like... How much is it to rent an RV?
That's a good question. I think it depends on your area.
What if Maku rents an RV?
Let me see how much.
Maku doesn't... I don't think Maku would be able to rent an RV. Maku drives the smallest baby cars you'd ever imagine.
Aww. $300 per night. That's USD.
That's not bad. That's not bad, dog.
And that's for an RV that can hold 10 people.
That's not bad. I didn't realize it was that cheap.
That's cheaper than a hotel.
Yeah. Alright.
Let's go.
Move it or lose it, kiddo. Mom bustled past with a cooler in one hand and a large bottle of water under the other. She was upbeat for this early in the morning. Ma, however, seemed to be on the other side of the wavelength. She followed behind her wife, dragging her feet on every step.
And she's so real for
and
that.
she's
She
so
looks
real for that.
cozy.
She looks so cozy. I'm gonna need a whole jug of coffee once we hit the road. And she's real for that.
She's so real.
To relate to Ma was way too early, personally. You felt like you're in the middle. No, fuck this. It's way too early.
It's too early, bro.
You yawned and rubbed at your eyes.
The
still
sun is not
sleeping.
out, therefore I should not be out.
Even when the sun is out, I shouldn't be out. I'm just a sleepy little guy. If Mozart and Chopin did not exist, like, it's one of the reasons I got dogs was specifically because I needed to go touch grass.
And you know what? You got that.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would just simply stay in my room.
So unbelievably real of you.
I know. You yawned and rubbed at your eyes, still sleepy from the early morning wake-up call. The air outside was still damp from dew, and that helped make you a bit more alert. And then, at the end of the chain, came your sister. She had a bone to pick before the trip officially started. She always has a bone to pick. I love her so much.
Right.
No, but she's always beefing. I love her so much.
She's the only one that acts her age.
Oh, true. Her rattling off critiques added some level of normalcy to everything new going on. Oh my god, girl.
Ugh.
I don't get why I can't sleep in the bed tonight. Maku's the youngest, and I'll never fall asleep in that loft. We're trying to make things fair on everyone. If you want to play the older card, you should be offering to take the loft both nights. She's right.
She is right.
It's important for the big siblings to make sacrifices for their younger ones. Elizabeth huffed, not happy with that answer in the slightest, and folded her arms.
Children's fund. What have children ever done for me?
What have they ever done? What have they done to deserve this?
What have they done for? What have children ever done for me?
What have they done for society?
Right. Let's not go down that route.
That's a joke. That's a joke,
Let's not
everyone.
go down- Yeah, guys, I'm joking.
There's a joke. That's a joke. Speaking of jokes, did you guys know that Maku has commissions open for raising money for not a gacha?
Not a gotcha.
Or not a gacha. Did you know that?
Did you know
Just
that,
letting you
that
know.
Mako will make you fun little, cute little emotes?
Maku will make you
Did you
cute
know?
little emotes or cute little icons. And in exchange,
Yeah.
you can help Maku not feed his gambling addiction.
And maybe learn how to read
And maybe learn how to read
along the way.
along the way.
That's the secret. That's the secret behind you playing so many gotcha.
It's true.
You're just studying how to read.
I actually just skipped the story.
Oh, you're not helping your case.
The only time I didn't skip the story is during the hidden inventory event.
Oh,
But
I
I-
know what you are.
But I also had the voices on.
Uh-huh. I know what you are.
He's so handsome.
He's very gorgeous to me.
He's very handsome.
I have a video to send you later. It's like, so Maku likes watching a group of content creators role-playing and being silly. And,
I know what you're gonna send me.
Yeah. And one of them is role-playing as my sister wife, Mr. Gojo Satoru himself. And his laugh is so sweet. There's like a there's a video I saw of him earlier just fucking laughing, and it's so sweet. I couldn't stop smiling. You know, normal Maku day.
Oh.
Normal Maku day.
It's so sweet. I need to watch this with you because I'm gonna start smiling.
Yay!
He's so silly.
Okay. The trip plans had been nailed down prior, and the sleeping arrangements included. Elizabeth still held on to her objections with them. There was a main area of the RV with a couch, loft, and some floor space. At the end of the car was a room with a large bed. That's crazy.
Oh.
That's a lot of space. Your moms were sharing the bed, Kyra was on the couch, and father and son intended to sleep on the floor. The adults determined you and Elizabeth would switch between the small loft above the driver's seat and sharing the bed with moms. You're fine with your age. You're excited to sleep in the loft. I want to sleep in the loft so bad.
I love my loft bed.
Yeah! I've always wanted a loft bed.
That's why I did not settle for anything else. I've always wanted a loft bed so bad.
And you're so real for this. The concern that Maku Mama and Maku Papa had was that Maku used to fall off of the bed.
Really, it has really high guardrails though, because that Kuma also had that problem. But I made sure I got one. These freaking these guardrails are like a foot high.
Oh, that's crazy.
So I'm not going anywhere. I'm jailed for my crimes.
Maku wants to live, you know, in those like apartments or condos that are just like a loft.
Oh, like a studio?
Yeah, and then they have like a little thing for your mattress.
Yeah, I love apartments that are built like that.
Me too. It's a shame that they cost my kidney.
Right, it's a shame they cost my whole check.
Okay. You know, it was gonna be awkward. I'm looking forward to sleep over with your moms. We weren't too happy with either. You thought it was unfair that Kobe had to sleep on the floor.
You know, that's fucked up.
I was so excited to sleep in the loft. Fuck everyone else. Oh, fuck.
Yay.
It'd be a new experience for you and sounded kind of cool. Alright, you lot. Does everyone have everything they need?
I know Kobe is pissed off to be up this early.
Oh, yeah, no. He 100%. We're heading out in 5 minutes. Now's the time to double check. You don't want to forget something important.
She is so pretty.
She's so
I'm gonna
pretty.
die.
At the word, Elizabeth yelped and dashed back into the house, her bedhead hair bouncing behind her as she went. Ma came over and gave you a smile, setting her hands on her hips. How about you, Maku? Do you have all your clothes packed? Toiletries, deodorant, floss, anything else you can think of? You were confident you had it all, you weren't sure about that. Oh, you had to give her a flat look is crazy.
Just fucking staring her down. That's sick.
I know, she's just making sure you have everything. I would be okay. I'm the type of person
Someone asked me
who was like,
yeah,
"Are you
I'm
sure?"
gonna start
And I'm like,
questioning it.
"Damn."
Like, am I?
Yeah, I'm starting to do this thing for myself, specifically at work, and like anything related to me being a professional adult is I'm just trying to trust my past self more. So
Yeah.
it's just shit like, did I lock the door? Yeah, I should have. I know I did. Why the fuck wouldn't I have locked the door? Shit like that. Or like, did I send
Yeah.
out that email? I should have. I bet I did.
I bet I did.
Okay.
Yeah, I tend
No.
to gaslight the hell out of myself. If someone starts asking me, like, wait, are you sure you did that?
Like,
I don't
oh.
know. It seems like you know something I don't.
Yeah, real. I'm like, oh fuck. Dog, I'm not
Maybe
sure.
I
now.
didn't since you keep asking.
Oh my god, let me. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I can't remember what. Ma chuckled and gave you a squeeze on the shoulder. I get like that on trips too, so I've learned to pack extra in case I or anyone else forgets. With the amount of supplies we've stuffed into the RV, I think we'll be okay. It's only a few days after all. Did we bring our DS? Thanks, Ma. Did we bring our DS?
We better.
We better have brought our DS. Mako has been bringing around my DS. Again. Because I've been playing Fantasy Life. The new one is coming out, everyone. Did you know that?
On my birthday.
Oh my god.
Like, legitimately on my birthday.
Like on the 20-something? Hell yeah. I have your birthday on my calendar.
Yeah. But, yeah, I want to play.
Fantasy Life so bad. And
Fantasy
I
Life.
got one of my coworkers into Fantasy Life for the 3DS because he was just like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" I'm like, "Play the game," and he did. And he was just like, "Oh, I'm like 8 hours in. This is fucked up." And I'm like, "Yep."
I made an OC on Fantasy Life that is that is a Sugumaku baby. Playing as my son, watching him grow up and have a life.
You are sick. I love that for you. I love that for you so much. That is so silly. Whatever makes you happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Being the littlest guy.
I love being a little guy.
Yeah. Just being a little guy. And it's just kind of like, why are you getting mad at me? I'm just a little guy.
You wouldn't get mad at a little guy.
You wouldn't get mad at a little guy, would you?
You can't. I'm so little.
It's illegal. It's illegal.
Yeah, it's against the law. It's against the law. You'll go to jail.
You'll go to jail. Don't yell at the little guy.
Don't yell at little guys. They're sensitive.
But also, it's like just a really funny perspective when someone is actually being extremely not normal. And you're just like, okay, and like, what is your point? I'm just a little guy.
I'm just a little guy. Please leave me alone.
Yeah.
Literally no downsides to being a little guy.
Literally.
With a few minutes left to spare before leaving, you mentally went over what you had packed for the trip. Clothes, a pillow, and a blanket, usual day-to-day gear for most people.
You also had more personal things, such as, where's my DS? Hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
The drive to the Redwood National Park would take an entire day one way, so you wanted to make sure you had a one-way... I'm gonna kill myself. Had a way to entertain yourself while traveling there and back. Pencils and paper, because it's Maku. And did you know Maku can draw?
Did you know Maku draws, guys?
And it's on... You can commission Maku on VGen?
Yeah. Lucky.
I'm joking, dog. I'm fucking... No, genuinely, that was really lucky. I have no idea how I got a code.
That is such like low chance gotcha pull.
Yeah.
Like, yo, homie, you want this code? What? Thank you?
Yeah, literally. Okay, so to explain to chat who may or may not know, just in case. And so VGen is a website where you can like commission artists, and they made it extremely difficult. Oh, not extremely, but they made it a lot more difficult to be able to sell as an artist there, because they're trying to prevent AI slop to be on the fucking website, which is so real. Like AI slop and fucking art theft. So you need to go through this entire process. Like, you need to get an artist code, so that means that you need to get it referred by an artist that's already selling there, but the artist who is referring you needs to be verified. And then when you start selling there, like, I think it's not necessarily that like you're just not really being shown as much, but like people are a little bit more hesitant to get your things if you're not a verified artist. And then to be verified, you need to sell amount. It's like there's a lot of like things. So it's really hard to get a code, basically. And so Maku was showing off the emotes that I made to Friendo. And I'm like, look at this shit. And they were like, oh, this is so cute. And I'm like, yeah, I'm really proud of how they came out. And Maku Friendo was just like, wait, did you fucking make these? I thought you had these commissioned. What the fuck? And then she just sent me a code. She was like, here, like, make your coin. I'm like, what the fuck? You just had this? Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? You just fucking had that shit on you? And she was like, yeah. I'm like, oh, goddamn.
You know.
And she was like, I honestly kind of shocked that you didn't ask me for one sooner. I'm like, I didn't know you had this.
You had to be prepared in case you saw something to sketch at the park or just draw OCs. Or if you had to write anything down or if you needed to pass the time just doodling. Your favorite stuffed animal. Without fail, it always made you feel more comfortable whenever you went somewhere new. It was like taking a little piece of home away with you. Couple of things to read. At that age, no. A bag of makeup? No. A ball? We're in a car.
Listen, some kids are crazy like that.
Your camera?
MP3 player.
MP3 player for sure, yeah. With so much time going to be spent driving in a car, you wanted to make sure you'd be able to have some music to put on.
I remember when I had an MP3 player. Oh my god. I was freaking obsessed with that thing.
Did your MP3 player had like actual decent memory, or did you only have like 2 songs on it?
No, I had pretty good memory actually.
Okay.
I could keep at least one like decently sized album on it at a time.
Oh, not bad.
So, you know, for Kumo, who hyperfixates on songs until he gets tired of them, that was very good.
Back in Maku Day, my first MP3 player could only hold like 2 songs. But you needed to buy memory for it, but then it wasn't even like the SD memories that you could like the universal SD cards. You had to buy like specific memory cards for the MP3 players and stuff. Who the fuck has money for that? Not Maku.
Not Maku.
Maku was a child. So, the music that I had 2 songs in it. One of them was the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song. And, Hero's Comeback. Everybody, hands up. Agero kyo ichiban no chikanda.
Oh no.
And then I got an actual MP3 player that had decent memory, and I was like, this is crazy.
Oh, nostalgia. This reminded me of when Kumo-ne-san had Kumo-ne-san had an iPod birthday cake.
That's crazy. Was it like an iPod Classic, or was it like an iPod?
Yeah, it was an iPod Classic.
Hell yeah. Those
And
things
the
were
funny
like
thing about
pretty
it
good.
was that the iPod was actually inside of the cake. My mother was crazy. The iPod would, like that she got for her birthday was inside of the fucking cake.
That's crazy.
Like she cut the cake, and my mom was like, "Hey, what's that inside there?" And Kumo-ne-san was like, "Huh?" And she like pulled out the plastic bag that was like in the center of the cake, and there was a fucking iPod in there.
That's insane. That's crazy work. That's wild.
Yeah, me personally, I would have just wanted to eat the cake, but that's just me. Maybe that's just me.
My sister-in-law makes 2 cakes for that reason. So my sister-in-law has like a little bakery, like out-of-house bakery business. And so she likes baking basically. So whenever it's someone's birthday, she makes an actual edible cake, and then she makes like the money cake where you just take out a bunch of money that's been taped together. That shit's fun.
Yeah.
Just a bunch
We
of
love making
fives.
multiple cakes.
Oh, yeah.
I would. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I've seen too much cake wasted for aesthetics.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, wait, that reminds me.
Mm.
For one of Kumo's like very very early on birthdays,
Mm-hmm.
this is showing Kumo's actual age. Hold on. But when
Okay.
Kumo was very young, Kumo was very obsessed with The Princess and the Frog.
Uh-huh.
And
It's a good movie.
It's a wonderful movie. I'm still obsessed with it to this day. I'm ill.
As you should be.
Great
and
movie.
so for one of Kumo's very early birthdays, Kumo's mom had a birthday cake commissioned that had the Princess Tiana doll, and her dress was the cake.
Oh, I love those cakes, dude.
Right?
I love
And
those.
I'm
Cakes.
not gonna lie, as enchanted as I was by that cake, I was so pissed off that the real doll was inside of it.
And you're real for that.
I was so pissed off because I'm like, where's the rest of the food? Where's the rest of it? And my mom was just like, oh well, it's the cake was the dress, like the dress was the cake. Like, don't you think that's cool? And I'm like, yeah, homie,
was pretty
where's my
neat.
fucking food?
Exactly. It's like, yeah, that was pretty neat, but like,
Yeah, I didn't ask for the doll. I wanted the fucking cake. Are you crazy?
oh my god. I'm trying to remember what kind of silly cakes Maku had. I think most of my silly cakes were like Pokemon themed. Yeah, so it was mostly Pokemon stuff. I mean, there was one year where I was bypassed. Like, my opinion was bypassed in favor of my nephew. And they were like, what kind of cake do you think Maku Oji-chan would like? And so my cake had Lightning McQueen on it. It was kind of nuts.
Love Lightning McQueen.
I have not watched Cars 1, nor have I watched Cars 2, but I watched Cars 3.
You didn't watch Cars 1 or 2?
No,
Why not?
because my nephews were obsessed with it and I didn't want to deal with it.
You know what? You're so real for that.
But I couldn't
That's why
escape
Kumo
Cars
doesn't
3.
watch a lot of things.
Yeah. I couldn't escape Cars 3 because like my family was like, "Oh my god, like we should go watch it in theaters." So I went and watched
no, you
it.
weren't getting out of that.
Yeah. So I went and watched it, and like it's like I'm a mess, dog. You show me a slightly toxic fucking male character. It's the way that I have like a fucking Jackson Storm Sum Sum. Remember when Sum Sums were like really popular?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a Jackson Storm one. I'm like, I enjoy him. He's just a silly little guy.
You're sick.
He's
You're sick.
He's just a silly little guy. He's just a it's just a fucking millennial.
It's fucking Army Hammer.
Oh my. I wish Army Hammer wasn't a cannibal.
Hammer wasn't a cannibal. Oh.
You know, like when all of that thing was happening, all of those like things are popping up about that man.
Yes.
I was watching it all happen on like Twitter, and I'm like, this is crazy fucking work.
Dude,
What the
when
fuck?
that was going down, I had just recently like convinced one of my like closest friends to watch Call Me by Your Name.
Oh my god.
And then that happened and they were just like, homie,
Huh.
what the fuck? And I was like, dude, I don't know. I don't know.
No, this is-
How would I have known? How would I have known? I wouldn't have told you to watch the movie.
Okay. Genuinely, it's so tragic because like one of my favorite movies of all time is like I think it's 2015, like the Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Oh.
Fucking fantastic
Yeah.
fucking movie. Honestly, like if anyone has not watched that movie, please go watch it. It's like actually such a good fucking movie. But yeah, no, he's such a silly little guy there.
If you like the Cold War,
It's such a good fucking movie. I'm so normal.
Genuinely, it is a really good movie, especially for 2015.
Such a fucking I was having an awful fucking day on that day. Not to show my ass or anything, but I was in university. So, like, I was having such an awful fucking day. And I was waiting for, like, basically, I was gonna be meeting up with my parents, and I was like, well, I can't go anywhere, so I decided to go watch a movie, and I was gonna watch a movie by myself, and there was like nothing playing except for The Man from U.N.C.L.E. and some random ass fucking. So I was just like, I don't know what the fuck this shit is, and I watched it, and I'm like, this is the best movie I've ever watched. It's such a like obviously it's not like the best movie ever. Like, to be clear, I think it's like you know, you're in such a shit situation, and then you watch like an actual good movie, and you're like, wow, no, that was like an amazing experience. So I'm 100% aware that I'm extremely biased because I have such a fond memory, like that. But genuinely, great movie. I love that movie. I watched it the other day, actually. I go back to it. I have the fucking Blu-ray for it. I'm so normal about it.
So normal.
I'm so normal about it. It's so extremely fucking normal about it. Jesus Christ. Not to continue being normal. I know we are playing a game, but this happens every single time Maku plays.
No, yeah.
Every single time Maku is playing our life. But, like, not to be fucking more normal about The Man from U.N.C.L.E., but that fuck-ass scene in the beginning of the movie when Henry Cavill gets out of the fucking car and then comes out of...
Cavill.
And then he comes out from the shadows with his little fucking gun, and then he aims very quietly and then, like, shoots and then tilts his head. Oh, I'm normal, dog.
I love Henry Cavill.
I'm normal. I'm so fucking... I'm so fucking...
normal.
I'm so fucking... You know, as was evident, if anyone was here during the stream on Saturday, as was evident on Saturday, we're so normal.
We're so normal, guys. We're so unbelievably normal.
I saw the fucking thing about Cupid's chat rooms, thing going up, like their Kickstarter. I backed that shit so quickly.
Legitimately the moment I get my check, I'm backing it.
Yeah, I backed that shit so fucking fast, and I fucking added, like, they have, like, photo cards. I added 2 of them. Because I'm normal.
So real.
Okay. I wouldn't bring a camera. I've never really been a camera person. I want to change that. So I'm not bringing a ball, I'm not bringing a makeup, and I wouldn't bring books because I wasn't reading at that age. That's why Maku doesn't know how to read. And that was everything.
Yeah.
Hey!
Oh, beautiful woman.
This game is so full of beautiful characters. Hey, let me take that for you, Maku. I'll stow it in the RV. There's a few spots left, it'll fit.
I'm so sorry. I'm looking at the Kickstarter and they already have $12,000.
They deserve it.
They already have 12,000. Jesus Christ. Sorry.
No, like, I get it. They deserve it. And honestly, like, fucking... Hold on, give me a second. I forgot. I changed the fan the electric fan that I had in my room. I had this little small one that I had pointed directly at my computer. After that one day where my computer almost combusted when I was playing Gundam Breaker. but yeah, no, I got a bigger one so it can hold my entire room, and I was getting a little warm. Yeah. So I turned it on. But yeah, so fucking, what's it called? No, like they deserve it, and like I wanna, we're not gonna really go back to the demo because I'm just gonna hold off and wait until the full game comes out.
Oh yeah.
But I went back to the demo.
We're normal.
Yeah, we're so normal. But I'm gonna go back. I went back to the demo to get like the last 2 of the routes that we didn't do. And the way I cried.
Oh no.
The way I cried. Anyway,
You let Kyra take your bag and gave her a grateful smile. With nothing left to do, you watched the others get ready for the trip. Kyra and Cliff seemed to have the most energy of anyone, that's correct. They were finishing packing the suitcases away while your moms had gone to lock up the house. Kyra and Cliff have morning person energy. They high-fived whenever another one got crammed into the storage compartments of the vehicle. Even though your own parents were more low-key than Coves, you could tell they were both excited for the trip. It had been a while since your parents had been away anywhere together. Elizabeth skipped towards the RV, a bag slung over her shoulder, and you were surprised to see she seemed more optimistic about the whole ordeal now. Usually she wasn't one to exit the confines of her room unless it was for food, or TV, or to leave her family behind to be with friends. Damn. You would have thought 3 whole days packed in an RV with 6 others would be too much for her, but it was a nice surprise. You suppose any vacation was better than no vacation in her mind. Cove had been pretty quiet so far, and more than anything, seemed to be overwhelmed by the situation, and that's real. There's so many things happening. There's like a big car, and you're up in the morning. There's going to be like 7 people crammed into one space. That's a lot. I get it. I'm the same way. You were excited for the trip too. You weren't very excited for the trip either. You were eager to do. I'd be pretty excited for the trip, despite it being so fuck-ass early. I would be pretty excited for the trip. It was great to get away and explore new places. Soon the miscellaneous remaining tasks had all been wrapped up. Oh, this looks comfy as fuck. Is that the... Hell yeah. This is great.
Oh, hell fucking yeah.
This looks comfy as fuck.
This is so much space.
This is so much space. I wouldn't even be mad to sleep on the floor. That's a lot of floor space.
I would prefer to sleep on the floor, actually.
Yeah, that's a lot of floor space.
You want to hear a fun fact about Kumo?
Yeah, sure.
So on Kumo's senior trip, there was a hotel, yes, and there was enough room for everyone assigned to each room to sleep in a bed. However, Kumo is ill and insisted upon sleeping in the closet, so he did.
Oh, and you're real for that. Okay. No, because same hat. So, same hat. There was like a French trip that we took. We went to Quebec. And I was like the only person in my grade to go. My friend was saying that she was going to go with me, but then she ended up not going. But it wasn't that much of an issue because there were like maybe 4 or 5 people in the grade below me who went.
Okay.
Right? And we were homies anyway. And they were like... It was 4 people. It was 4 people because there were 2 beds. And they were like, oh no, what are we going to do? Because there's 2 beds and there's 5 of us. Because they put the 5 of us together. Because then they were like, the teachers were like, oh, you know, that way, like, it won't really be too bad. Because, like, that way you guys are all together. And we were like, oh no, 2 beds, 5 people. Like, there's going to be 1 bed that's going to be really crowded. That sucks. And we were putting our shit away in the closet and stuff. And I saw, like, the fucking foldable bed. I'm like, okay, this is mine. Fuck you guys. I love you guys so much. Fuck you guys. You guys are better friends with each other. Like, I'm the outlier here. I'm going to take this small little fuck ass bed. And they were like, okay. But then I couldn't figure out how to fully unfold it. And so it was just kind of like half folded. It looked like a fucking chair. And I just like slept on that like a little fucking squirrel. And it was half in the closet because I couldn't figure out how to like get it out completely. And I couldn't be fucked to. So...
And you know what? You're so real for that.
So yeah, like the teachers would come in to check in on us and they were like, Maku, why the fuck are you... Like there was like a curtain of like everyone's like fall coats and they're like, what the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, I'm about to sleep, homie. What does it look like? And they're like, why don't you...
Right, no.
And they're like, why don't you just take that shit out. I'm like, it's fine.
Uh-uh.
I'm like, yeah, no, it's fine. Cause like, Then I would have to fold it up again, and the next that's fucked up. We're here for like a week. You want me to fucking like unfold this and then fold it up again? That's fucked up. Just sees this little fucking guy with his tail half hanging out of the closet.
Yeah. Yeah, no, because it was literally like the morning after, like during Kumo's senior trip, the teacher that was assigned to my group specifically, like came to the room and was just like, guys, it's time for breakfast. There's like a time slot where we can eat breakfast, and after that, you're fucking cooked otherwise. And Kumo was not a very like light sleeper back then. Like you had to shake him to wake him up. And none of my fucking classmates knew that I had decided to sleep in the closet, so they thought I was gone already.
Oh no! Oh no!
And so when they were doing a head count at breakfast, they're just like, yo, what? Where the fuck is Kumo? I don't know. I thought he was down here. No, I thought he was down here. Did you see where he went to sleep last night? I thought he was in the bed. He wasn't? What? What's going on? And then here comes Eepy Deepy Kumo shuffling down the fucking elevator. It's like, hey guys, what did I miss?
Oh no, Kumo.
Meanwhile, breakfast is over. They're getting ready to leave. And I'm like, why didn't you wake me? No one could find me. It was terrible.
Oh my god. There was... the fucking school trips are so fucking funny. There was, as we have established previously, Boss and I have met on a school trip.
Yeah.
Right? So, it was a music camp, like how we said. So, there was one teacher specifically who would come into the rooms when it's wake-up time and start playing like a song that is akin to the horn that you play at the beginning of a fox hunt. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like that, like some shit like that.
I know for sure what you mean.
Yeah, so my friends got so fucking sick of it that they piled all of their fucking bags to the front of the door. and so he couldn't get in. But then what woke them up was the fact that even though he couldn't get in, he was still actively pushing against the fucking door. So they heard someone trying to break into their fucking room.
Jesus Christ.
So they're all like, you know, they're sitting on their beds and they're looking at the door as like waiting for like a fucking serial killer to come in or something. And then eventually just a little bit of space was made between like the door opening, and then you just see like this small little like clarinet horn just come in, and then he just like and then he just pulls it out and then he leaves.
Oh no. Oh, that's terrible. That's awful.
Good time.
Stay safe. Stay safe, not me.
Imagine sleeping and then hearing like the fucking scary, like someone is hacking away at the door.
You'd have to kill my ass. Stay safe. That's funny as hell.
Alright, everyone piled into the RV. It was officially time for the trip to start. And it did. Cliff took the first shift driving, he cautiously navigated the massive car out of the narrow neighborhood streets. It was touch and go for the first part of the journey. Your moms and Kyra were all huddled at the front, trying to get a view of how much space they had on each side. There was a sense of relief when the first long leg of the trip was hit, and the RV would only need to go down one stretch of highway for miles. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
When you just start needing to go in a straight line.
I
Hell yeah.
love that part of road trips.
I also like it, but not if I'm driving by myself.
Oh yeah, driving by yourself on a road trip is crazy work.
Yeah, it's like I had to call someone, and
Yeah.
no one was answering their phone, so I called my aunt,
Oh,
and my aunt was like, "Why? What's wrong?" And I was just like, I'm sleepy.
I'm Evie.
Like, keep me awake so I
alone.
don't die."
So I don't kill myself. And maybe someone else with vehicular manslaughter.
I was like, normally it'd be fine, but I have Mozart with me. Please keep me awake.
Please keep me away from my child.
My son, my little baby. He's such a sweet guy.
He's such a little guy.
The mom group cleared out of the driver's area, leaving Cove's dad to it, taking more comfortable seats around the main cabin. You felt like you could finally relax now, too. Time slipped by as morning faded away. Before you realized it, the engine of the RV came to a stop, but only halted for a few moments as Cliff climbed out from the driver's seat and Mom took over. Ma was sitting shotgun, giving Mom a quick tutorial on the controls, as it was her first time driving anything this large. Cliff groaned as he headed towards the rest of you, stretching his arms above his head and loosening up his muscles.
I'm so normal. I'm so normal. I'm so normal. I'm
He's
so
very
normal.
handsome.
Oh, he's very handsome.
He's so handsome.
We're making good progress.
Yeah, maybe you should take a nap in the back for a while. That was a long haul you just did, and I know you're on less sleep than usual. Cliff
I'll
waved
take
a
them
hand.
both.
I'll take them both.
I'll take them both.
Cliff waved a hand, that trademark grin of his slipping into place.
I don't need sleep. I still got a few miles in the old tank. Excuse me?
Huh?
What do you mean by that?
Huh?
What do you mean by that? I'm so normal.
I'm so normal. He flexed an arm, showing off his muscles to drive the point about how resilient he was home, and Kyra rolled her eyes in amusement. This is you.
Dad, everyone has to sleep.
Thanks, Cove.
Thanks, Cove.
Cove shook his head at the tough guy act, though Cliff simply chuckled and ruffled his son's hair.
So,
Little guy.
He's just a little guy. Are you going to be driving again anytime soon, Mr. Holden? I want to know so I can prepare. What a
That's crazy.
bitch.
That's crazy.
Did anyone pack some rope? I might need it. There's no seatbelts up here.
I thought she was gonna say something completely different.
Help!
I thought she was gonna say something completely different. I was like, you know what, girl? Same, but huh?
Elizabeth called down from where she was lounging in the loft above the driving compartment. Yeah, because the loft is the best place. Like, you have, like, little
Precisely.
windows? The fuck?
Your little windows, and no one really has to bother you.
Yeah, it's the best place, actually.
Why did she not want to be up there? She has like the whole space to herself.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
I would just stay up there all the time.
I would just stay up there all the time. She was laying on her back, her hair falling over the side and swinging around as the RV started up again and took off down the road. A bag of potato chips was balanced on Elizabeth's stomach, and she tossed a couple in her mouth right as Cliff held a hand to his chest, pretending to be offended by the remark. Kyra laughed lightheartedly.
don't worry about that.
Lucky for all of us, we have enough adults to cover the shifts today. He won't be driving again until tomorrow. Stayed quiet, shook your head at the ribbing. Phew!
So
That's a
rude
relief.
to him.
Just enough time to
So
write up
rude
my
to
last
him.
will and testament?
Oh my god.
We shouldn't gang up on the poor guy. I'm not his It's not his driving I'm worried about.
That's crazy.
Just enough time to write up my last will and testament. That's such a funny thing to say.
Oh, no, you too.
Oh, he's just a guy. Look at
He's
him.
just a guy.
He's
I
just a
like
guy.
him.
The rest of the group laughed while Cliff pouted, and you gave him an apologetic shrug. Mom then shouted back in her seat to join in the conversation, a playful smile tilting her lips. What I'm more worried about is this old monster getting us there and back again before falling apart. I was doing so well.
You were doing so well.
I was doing so well. It looks as though it was built in the early 90s. It must be older than some of the occupants. Dog, this is one of the nicest vehicles I've ever fucking... Granted, I've not seen that many RVs, but this
Sure.
looks so nice.
It looks modern.
Yeah, like, what? Look at this fridge.
Called it an old monster. Leave her alone.
Leave her alone. That's just the aesthetic of the decor. It's not that old. I think.
I think is crazy, girl. Did you ask what year the model was before you rented it?
Kyra wrinkled her nose and thought,
That means no.
yes, I did. I just can't remember what the answer was. And she's real for that. That
Okay.
means that it's not important.
It's so real, right? That means it's completely negligible and we do not have to worry about it.
Yeah. That means it's not important.
Right.
Cliff chuckled at her, while the rest of you let out a collective sigh. Why?
Mm-mm.
She's real for that. Cliff was
Stop
also
moving
there.
Her. She's right.
Yeah. Cliff was also there. He should also know.
Yeah. Clifford.
The RV lurched a little as it picked up speed, and you held on to dear life.
Oh my god.
You held onto the ladder to the loft to keep your balance. Where's the ladder?
Where is the ladder?
Where's the
That's a
ladder?
great question.
That loft looks so comfy, though.
It does, really. Like, genuinely, it does.
I like firmer, like, mattresses, and that looks like
Hmm.
such a time.
Yeah.
You felt something graze the top of your head before a weight settled on your beige hair. When you tilted your chin up carefully to look, you heard the rustling of a bag of chips and realized Elizabeth had rested the end of it on your head. Okay, bitch,
That's
thanks.
crazy.
She gestured to the opening, silently offering to share her snack. Okay, never mind.
Never mind. No, right? Never mind then.
You took a handful. I fucking love chips. Reaching up, you scooped up
Mhm.
some chips. After that, the weight of the packet left your scalp. Just, that's it, eh?
Yeah.
You happily munched away as the conversation continued on, and you got closer and closer to your destination.
Crunch.
Crunch.
Method acting, guys.
Yum yum. The day
Yum,
flew
yum.
by, with the group of you chatting, playing games, and passing the time together before finally arriving at the park and setting up for the night.
Crunch.
Yum yum. Ma was closing the windows while everyone got ready for bed, saying goodnight to the others as she made her way to the back room. You had all had dinner. You had all
Yes.
had dinner together while still driving, and some hours after had arrived at your destination and found a spot to park in the rest of your stay. I'm going to kill myself.
No, it's okay. It's fine. I promise.
Giving a look across the front of the RV, you noticed almost everyone there was already dozing off where they were, with Cove having completely fallen asleep curled up in the passenger seat.
Oh, he's so little.
He's just a little guy. He must have done so while Kyra was driving the last leg, and they had decided not to disturb him. He's just a baby.
He's so tiny.
Okay, but honestly, on road trips, if I'm not driving, if you
I'm
just,
going to sleep.
I'm going to pass out. Yeah.
I'm going to. You wake me up when we're there. I'm so sorry. I'm not staying awake.
Yeah. No.
And honestly, any moving vehicle, if I'm sitting there for long enough, I'm passing out. I'm done.
No. Same. Every single trip that I've gone to on like a school trip or something, and we're sitting in a bus, I pass the fuck out like almost immediately.
Yeah, no, right.
When my friends and I went to that safari, and we went at like a decent time, like it wasn't early morning or it wasn't like super late.
Hmm.
We sat down in the car. My friend started driving. After like 10 minutes, I was out.
Damn.
EP.
EP. I have to be like especially careful about that because it does not matter what type of vehicle I'm in, it will happen.
Yeah. No, same.
Because I don't know if I mentioned this, but my commute to work every morning is 2 hours.
Oh, that's a mood.
Yeah. So Kumo has to get on 3 separate buses.
That's
And
wild work.
Those bus rides are very long. So Kumo will and has passed out because it's very early in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Not fun, guys.
Why is Maku's face stuck like this? Oh, okay.
Oh.
I am less likely because I don't trust a single fucking soul here. But I'm less likely to sleep on a bus unless it's like a really long like commute. Like if I'm on a bus from like one end of the city to the other,
Mm-hmm.
I'm more likely to sleep on like a subway train. Even though I shouldn't.
Yeah, that's fair.
I don't trust a single motherfucker on public transit.
You know, I've passed out on like subway trains before.
Yeah, no, same.
I'm so fucking exhausted. I just can't help it.
Same.
Urgh.
I don't trust a single motherfucker on the train. And like I'm gonna I'm hugging my back. I'm hugging my bag. I'm like covering my fucking mouth. Like I have my face like under my shirt.
Hmm.
Like I don't trust anyone, dog.
You never know. People are crazy.
People are fucking crazy. Sorry, really quick, because people are nuts. Have you
People
ever
are
like
fucking dumb.
have you ever just fucking sat in the subway or whatever, or like a train, and then someone just whipped out their ding ding and then started peeing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This
Shit's
happened to me at like public bus stops as well.
yeah. Welcome back from Agile.
People just be whipping it out and just
People just
taking
whip it
a
out.
piss.
It's just like,
Not
dog.
there. Oh, sometimes in the subway I've seen people just whip it out for no reason.
Oh my god. Yeah, they
committing
just
felonies and stuff.
it's committing felonies. Or like, you know, fucking some people just kind of like you get out of like the subway or something, and then there's a very real chance that someone's gonna dump a thing of poo-poo on you.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, now I smell like poo-poo, and like it's just like I don't want to deal with this.
Honestly, public transport is fucking. I hate it so much.
I miss it sometimes because like I don't have to drive or do anything, but like
Mm.
no. Like I only miss it when I'm like the really good commutes, like the quiet ones.
Mm.
And
I hate commute. I hate commuting.
I only miss it because like I would be playing like my DS or like reading a book or something.
Oh hell yeah.
It's like I'm sure if I've said this, but like the reason I haven't finished a Game of Thrones, like A Song of Ice and Fire series, is because I stopped taking public transit.
Oh, you did not say that.
Yeah, I was reading it and I'm like, this is great. And the reason I stopped reading is because I
Because
I started
You had
driving.
nowhere to read it anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm like, if I'm at home, I'm like, I'll like play Genshin or something.
Right. Who the fuck reads Game of Thrones when they're not commuting?
Actually, like actually,
Literally that is the only way that Kumo Mama finished Game of Thrones.
yeah.
She very recently, like maybe 2 years ago, actually finished the last book because she took a flight.
Yeah, like actually. Maku got a Kindle because a bunch of Danmei were being officially
Yes.
licensed and stuff. Oh my
Yes,
god.
I'm so glad you said it.
Wait, hold on, give me a fucking second. When the fuck is The Wife is First coming out?
I was just about to mention that.
I'm
That's
so
a
excited for
great
The Wife is
question.
First.
I'm so excited.
Give me a second. December 16? Oh. Oh. I'm so normal about The Wife Comes First.
So normal. Oh yeah.
I think Legend of
we're
Exorcist is
so
also out
normal.
now.
Is it?
I think so. Or it's on its way out, which is crazy. But
Oh,
yeah,
normal.
when they fucking announced like the MXTX novels, I bought like physical copies of the MXTX novels, and then they fucking announced Erha, and I was like, oh. And then they also fucking announced Thousand Autumns. I'm like, oh. And I'm like, I don't have the space for all of that shit, man. So I just bought a Kindle.
yeah, that'll do it. I want all of the physical copies though.
I also want the physical copies, but I don't have the space.
I'll make the space.
And I also need to make space, but like Maku has a bit of a hoarding problem. Because Toy Story fucked me up, homie.
Uh-oh.
Toy Story fucked me up, and also like when Maku was a baby, and then there was like, you know, for example, when it's time to change your toothbrush and you toss out the old one, my family kind of like did the thing where they were like, okay, well, you know, say thank you to your toothbrush.
Oh.
I'm so fucked up, dog.
Yo, Kumo's so fucked up. I don't know if I've mentioned this before,
Alright.
but Kumo gets very attached to things very easily.
Yeah.
Like physical objects.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So Kumo cannot eat any like friend-shaped food.
Oh, yeah.
Any
No,
food
that's
with
real.
faces on it, I cannot eat it.
No, that's real.
Character themed food. If it's the theme, it's fine. If it's the actual character and like the food is shaped like them, I can't eat it. I will cry. I will burst into tears.
No, that's real.
Hell, this is such a long time ago, but there was this spider that was in my bedroom for a little while, and you know, I'm chill with spiders. Spiders are chill with me. I'm chill with spiders. I don't bother them. They don't bother me. It's whatever,
Mhm.
right? And because the spider had been in my room for so long, I named it.
Aw.
I named it Mr. Webb, and
Mr.
Mr. Webb and I
Webb.
were chilling,
Homies.
and then the unthinkable happened.
Did someone step on Mr. Webb?
My mother did the mother thing and decided she was going to clean my room for me, and
Oh.
I didn't know she was doing that. And so when I hear her, you know, remove her chancla and slap it against the wall, you can
Oh.
imagine my horror, because I know immediately what she's done.
Oh no. Oh
and I
no.
sobbed so hard.
Oh no.
And she did not like that I was so attached to that spider, but she killed him
In cold blood.
in cold blood. I named him and everything. I was so upset. I was inconsolable. And then she got me a fish. I was okay.
That's such a fucking. That's so fucking funny. That's so fucking funny.
Yeah, Kumo's not okay.
No, and you're real for that.
Even to this day, yeah, I'm not okay.
Oh my god. Maku gets like attached to items. Not necessarily like with like Maku's not very good with bugs, honestly. Unless I'm expecting it. Like if I'm going to
Yeah.
like a fucking museum and then they have a bunch of bugs that you can pet and shit, like oh hell yeah, I'll touch a bug.
Yeah.
Yeah, like as long as I'm expecting it, it's chill. But then if I'm not,
They're
I'm like,
invading
no,
my space.
it's on fucking sight. And but yeah, no, like items, like little trinkets, little fun things. Oh,
I'm a sucker for a good trinket
a little trinket
as a treat.
as a fun little treat. Also, side note, I have like I have my boyfriend and his boyfriend as in like cute little baby forms, and I keep forgetting that I have them.
Little guys.
Yeah, cause like I bought those when I was actually still normal.
Oh.
Like I got that, like they were like the first bits of like merch of my boyfriend and his boyfriend that I got when I was starting to become actually not normal. But I was just like, oh, I like them. So then I just bought so I keep forgetting that I have this. So every time I look up, I'm like, oh. I'm like, when did I get this? Every single time. It's on my desk. I see it every single day, and I forget. Like, to be fair to me, I have a beautiful statue of my boyfriend sitting next to fucking Big Macintosh from My Little Pony. You know?
And he is very gorgeous.
He's so handsome. I'm so normal.
The statue, not Big Macintosh. I mean, Big Macintosh is chill.
Big Macintosh is such a little guy.
I do enjoy him.
I enjoy him. He's just a sweet guy. Okay. Kyra herself was the only one up. Kyra herself was the only one up there who was still awake, flipping through a magazine next to a portable light from her spot on the couch. It seemed Mr. Holden needed to sleep despite his claims. Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard being the first one to drive. It's hard being the first one to drive and hard to be the last one.
Did you ever have one of those little like clip-on book lamps that you would like clip on the end of the book so you can read it in the dark?
Not to actually read, no.
I used those all the time because my mother was so mad at me for reading in the middle of the night. She's like, "You already need glasses. What the fuck, bro?"
Oh, real. It was so Maku didn't really read all too much. Like I read enough, but not too much, because my mom liked to make things academic. I'd be like reading something and my mom would be like, "Oh my god, you're reading? Can you write me a book report?" It would be like the middle of summer. I'm like, "No." So like to avoid having that responsibility, or to avoid having that task, I just simply stopped reading. But then in high school, that's when like all of the young adult novels that were basically just Twilight but again started coming out. Like let's not front. A lot of the young adult novels that came after Twilight were just Twilight but again, but a different flavor.
Yeah, they knew what they were getting into.
Yeah, my personal favorite was Hush Hush. It's about an angel, a very toxic angel.
Oh, I know what you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't remember what happened in Hush Hush. Blocked that shit from my memory. I think I still have the book. It's like, I don't know where it is though. Or maybe I gave it away. But I remember reading it. I remember enjoying it. But yeah, no, it was like it became like a, Maku, you don't read enough. And then so I started reading and I was like hyper focusing on like Hush Hush. And then my family was just like, Maku, you're reading too much. That's too much reading. And I'm like, okay. What is the truth? So yeah, I just stuck to fucking DS games, dog. I just stuck to my Game Boy playing Pokemon and shit. It was a lot less complicated. And when the Game Boy started having a backlight, like, no, not to age my ass or whatever, but like when the Game Boy started to have a backlight, like in the fucking, I think the Game Boy Advance SP was the first one.
Hell yeah.
I think it was the SP that first had the backlight. Not to age my ass or anything. Because I remember my cousin having the Game Boy Advance, like the first one, like the little weird brick. And they also had like the accessories for it, but then they also had like, it was like a light, but it was like in the shape of a square, kind of like a selfie light
Oh, hell yeah.
for the screen. So I remember that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the SP. When that shit happened, oh my god. My life was changed.
Never the same.
Never the same. Honestly, I'm shocked that my eyesight is as good as it is. I have glasses, but they're mostly to minimize light scattering when I'm driving. And also for blue light. So there is like a very slight grade, but it's not like bad.
Yeah.
And I'm shocked. I'm shocked it's as good as it is.
Yeah, my eyes are fucking horrible. My eyes are terrible. Like I don't need bifocals or anything, right? But my eyes are as bad as they could possibly be up until that extent.
Hell yeah. I mean, that sucks, but you know.
all if I take off my glasses, all I see are shapes and colors.
Oh my god.
It is just shapes and colors. It is like really bad.
Did I say that I had a friend who just like, we were just hanging out and then one day he said, I think the reason that I need glasses is because one time I pressed on my eyes too hard.
What?
Yeah, okay. No, that was... Yeah, we were just chilling and then I think we were... Like, obviously we were talking about glasses or some reason, but then... Yeah, Maku's friend was just like, yeah, honestly, I think the reason I started needing glasses because I pressed on my eyes too hard. I was like, okay.
That is insanity. Hello? Wait, hey dude, pressed on my eyes a little too hard? Now I'm visually impaired. What are you talking about?
I hope that friend is doing well. I haven't spoken to him in a while, but like, there was this other time. He just says the most like out of pocket, most random shit.
Outlandish.
Yeah, so like, again, we were talking about something. We were talking about like the lottery or something. And then he was like, honestly, if I won the lottery, I would get at least $200,000 worth of cheese. But then he was not,
Excuse me?
he was not done his fucking, he was not done his thought yet. And like, his sister was just like, shut the fuck up.
Shut up now.
And I was so shocked by what he said that I started laughing. And so like, he couldn't continue because he also started laughing. And I was just like, I want to know what else you're going to be buying with your money.
Oh no.
Like, it was like the $200,000 worth of cheese.
Oh, that's sickening. If I ever found out that someone I knew won the fucking lottery and that's what they did with it, you gotta go. You've got to go immediately.
After getting my life in order and everything, maybe I'll get like a nice cheese wheel to make. You know those pastas where you just put the pasta directly onto the cheese and then you melt that shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Oh, hells yeah.
But that's after I get my life in order.
Mm.
Get my life in order, get my parents' lives in order and everything. Do all of like the responsible money things. And
I will
then
zero out all debts and then I will do whatever I want.
I'll get the craziest raclette you'll ever see.
Right.
I love raclette. Okay. You follow your moms into the back room and close the door behind you before crawling onto the bed between them. It was a queen-size bed, so there was enough space for the three of you together without too much squishing.
Good night.
Get a good rest, Maku. We've got a big day ahead of us tomorrow.
That's fantastic.
I'm looking forward to the bushwalk in the morning. It's been a long time since I was out in nature like this. Really quick.
Yeah.
Really quick. This is just reminding me. When I was in university and I was really anxious for an exam, I would go sleep in my parents' room because I needed constant reassurance that they still loved me.
That's awful. But so real of you.
I needed the constant reassurance that no matter what happens, my parents would love me. It's not that they wouldn't, you know what I mean? It's just anxiety.
Yeah, no, I get it. I totally get it. That's not paranoia.
But
That's nasty work, but I sympathize.
It got,
That has been me.
it got to the point that my dad would just leave. I would open the door, go in, and my dad would wake up, see me, and get up and leave.
Hello?
No, because I like being underneath something. I like weight on my arms or like my legs or something. So I would basically be kicking my dad, and my dad was just like, "What the fuck is wrong with you, Maku?" Like, dog, I'm trying to fucking sleep. But it's really comforting to be compressed.
Yeah, that's not indicative of anything at all.
That's why I have a weighted blanket and a weighted elephant.
Yeah.
You know, just normal thing.
Normal things that are not implicating in any way.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Kumo also cannot sleep without weight. But too much weight and I'm trying to kill myself. So
No, but it's so comfy.
if there's I swear to God, if I've tried this. If there's too much weight on me when I'm trying to sleep, it feels like I need to crawl out of my skin. Like it's bad.
I think if it's too much to the point that it's compressing my lungs, then yeah, that's not great. But like, as long as I'm not hot.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, the heat is also a problem. I overheat a lot in my sleep.
Yeah, so that's what the problem was. So it'd be like, I'm like kicking my dad so that I can have like a limb underneath him, and then it would get too hot, and then I would remove it. So it was like a slight reprieve, and then I would kick his ass again. And my dad would be like, "Maku, what the fuck is wrong with you, dog?"
Oh no.
So he just gave up. Like, he would just see me come in, he would leave.
Kumo used to sleepwalk, so
Oh my god.
not fun.
I would stand up, but never get to the point.
Oh god.
Yeah, I would stand up, but it never got to the point that I would actually move to a different room.
Somehow I feel like that's more terrifying.
Homie, you just said that you walked.
No, but like at least I have a purpose with what I'm doing. You're just standing up and you're just like, ah, well, that's the end of that. As far as I go.
No, but I think the reason why it never really got to the point that I would like get up and go somewhere was like because I think I only did this when I was like really stressed out. So it would because I would only like go to my parents' room if I was like really stressed out. So it would happen in my parents' room. So then like at like 3 a.m. I would just stand up to as if I was going somewhere. And then like my dad would be like, Maku, where the fuck are you going? And then I was like, I'd respond to him. I'd be like, oh, it's almost my turn to go sing now. And then my dad was like, okay.
Oh, okay.
No, because like, you're not really supposed to wake someone up if they're sleepwalking, right?
Yeah, no, you're not.
Yeah, so he's just like, okay, well, what are you going to be singing? And then I'm like, I don't know. And then my dad is like waking my mom up because he was like, this is the funniest shit ever. So then they're both just like watching me stand there and they're like, okay, is it your turn yet? And then I just laid back down and they were like, I thought you were gonna go sing, Maku, what's going on? And then I was like, oh, there's someone else right now. And then my parents did not sleep and they were like, sorry, what did you say? And I'm like, yeah, no, it's someone else's turn right now, so they're singing right now. And I just went back to sleep and my parents were just like wide-eyed, like staring up at the ceiling and they're like,
That's terrible. That's terrible. That's fucking awful. You're sick for that.
I didn't know it was happening. I just wanted to sing.
I just wanted to sing, guys. I'm just a little. Hey! I'm just a little
I'm
guy.
just a little guy. I just wanted to sing.
I'm just a little guy, and I was sleeping. Come on. Oh, brother. Yeah, they just like baby-proofed my room for a while.
Oh no.
Like it's not as if it happened while I was super young or anything, which is what made it worse.
Oh yeah.
So them having to freaking like put they had to put like quilts on like the sharp edges of the furniture so I wouldn't fucking hurt myself.
Oh no.
'Cause I would be having full on like important conversations with people that they could not see. And my eyes are wide open like I'm awake and I'm actively engaging in conversation with whoever the fuck I'm dreaming about. And they're just sitting there watching me. Like, homie, it's 1 a.m. You have school tomorrow. What the hell is going on?
Homie, what are you up to?
Like, it happened for so long, they were planning on putting me in a sleep study, and then I was no longer stressed, so I stopped sleepwalking. And they were just like, oh, well, looks like the problem fixed itself.
I guess it was just stress, huh?
Yeah, and then instead of sleepwalking, I got sleep paralysis.
Oh no.
And that's how it's been ever since.
Oh no. That sucks,
And it's
dog.
not that bad. It's not that bad. I don't get stressed to the point of sleep paralysis that often.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
I just got here and definitely missed a joke.
Hi, Curious. It's nice to see you.
Hello.
We're just talking about sleep paralysis and how we used to sleepwalk and shit.
Yeah, we're yappers.
We're
Apologies.
yappers.
It's nice to see you, though. Thank you for dropping by.
Yeah, thank you for dropping by. It's us. We're normal.
What's us? We're normal. There will be plenty for us to see. Just continuing on with the game.
Yeah.
You stayed awake for a little while longer while your moms whispered about the park and forests in general. With the sound of their voices in the background, eventually you nodded off to sleep. The next morning, you were up bright and early, preparing for the day ahead. on the road, like, I wouldn't have slept all that great. It would be an okay sleep at best.
Yeah, like I'm passing out, but I'm not having the most revolutionary sleep of my days.
Yeah. It was nothing compared to your bed at home, but at least you didn't have to sleep on the floor. But look at how comfy the floor is.
The floor looks so fucking comfy.
The floor looks so comfy. So you couldn't complain too much. Ma whined a bit about the firmness of the mattress, but Mom had only encouraged her to enjoy the trip while she could. While looking for a spot to get ready, you had some trouble finding a space of your own as the others were doing the same thing. Cove was perched on top of the counter, brushing his hair and tucking up his legs every time someone wanted to move past. The parents were checking, double checking, and triple checking that you had everything to the point where you had stopped listening to them altogether. Yeah, that's real.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
You knew you wouldn't be returning to the RV at all that day, but by the look of the backpacks that were packed up and ready to go, you doubted anything was missing from them. It didn't take much longer until you all exited the RV in a bustle and headed into the Redwood National Park.
Wow.
Oh, he's just a guy.
He's so tiny.
He's so tiny.
Oh,
He's just a guy.
wow.
Cove had his head tilted up towards the canopy of trees, his eyes wide as he took in the massive trunks on either side of you. You knew that the redwood trees here were considered the tallest trees on Earth, but you weren't prepared for exactly how huge they would be in person. Oh, slay! The first time I ever slept over with my ex, he neglected to tell me he had sleep paralysis and woke me up in the middle of the night by abruptly sitting up, gasping, and yelling.
Oh my god!
I like the way that you started off with "Oh, slay!"
Oh, slay! Oh, slay! Time to tell you this horrifying experience I had. No, that's so real of you, Curious. That's so real of you. I do not blame you.
Yappers recognize yappers. Hell yeah!
Bye. Gasping and yelling is a
No,
lot.
gasping and yelling is
insane.
fucking crazy work.
I'm not doing all that when I have sleep paralysis.
Oh my god. Have you ever, like, did the lucid dreaming thing?
Oh yeah.
Did you also get, like a demonic possession after, or was that just Maku?
well, okay. So brief sidetrack, right?
Alright.
So a lot of Kumo's dreams are lucid dreams, right?
Alright.
A lot of Kumo's dreams, he's very much aware that he is in a dream.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think anything in particular happens as a result of me knowing that, just because it's been my reality for so long. What happens to you? Am I missing something?
No, homie, it was fucking scary. I had I started realizing I was dreaming. I'm like, oh, it's lucid dreaming. That's crazy. And then I started just fucking around. Like, you know, I was like riding on an ostrich or some shit. I'm like, yeah, this is so silly. This is so fun. And then I like wake up. I went to the bathroom, came back, went back to sleep, and I was still dreaming. I'm like, oh shit. So then I just kept like doing the funny sillies. And like, it's normal for Maku to wake up every so often in the middle of the night and go back to sleep. And then at some point, I woke up, went back to sleep, and then it was just very dark. But it was like, you know, it was a dream, but it was very dark. And then you just hear it like I heard in a very deep and scary voice. It's just like, I know what you're scared of now.
Oh my fucking god!
And it was like I was trapped in a nightmare that I had no control over, but I was aware that was happening, and it was very scary, and I never want that to happen ever again.
Oh my fucking god! Jesus Christ! Are you?
No, dog, I don't think I am.
Oh my god! Oh my days! That is genuinely horrific.
It was so scary.
That sounds no. What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh yay! I have control over my dreams. I know what you're afraid of, huh? Huh? What do you mean by that? Oh no! Oh no! That'd be it for me. I'm not going back to sleep. Thanks.
No, it was so scary.
You say as you're giggling.
It was so scary.
That sounds fucking terrifying.
There was another time where I was really stressed out because of like school back when I was in university. And I used to get to the university really early and I used to leave really late.
Oh.
So like
Hi.
especially if I had a class at like 8 a.m., I would actually reach the class at like 6 or something. So that I could sleep in the class. Because like at least I'm already at the school, so like you know what I mean? Because like if you're stuck in bed, then it's harder to get out, right? So I would I would wake up, go to the school at like 6 a.m. and then wait in the classroom for the class to start. And so I would just sleep in the class. Because who the fuck else is there at 6 a.m.? No one.
Right.
And then I had you know, I was like, oh, I'll just rest my eyes for a bit. And then I started having dreams that just feel like a continuation of reality. Like you just it's like, oh, I just have my eyes closed. But then like thing. So in this case I was in my classroom and then I had my eyes closed and then I heard the door open and close and then like it was like, oh, people are coming in now. So that means it's time to wake up. Right? So I woke up and I'm like, oh, it was a dream. Okay, great. So
I see.
Yeah, so then I went back to sleep. And then it was the same thing where like people were starting to come in again. And I'm like, no, this is but just in case. So I wake up, right?
Yeah.
I wake up, I'm like, oh, it's just a fucking dream. Okay. So I went back to sleep. And then it was the same thing again, but then this time it wasn't multiple people, it was just one person who came in. And then when they came in, then they just stood next to my desk and just stood there. And I'm like, yeah, you know, that's not right. And
that's not right.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, I know you're looking at me. So he was just like standing next to my desk and then looking down at me. And he wasn't saying anything. And then eventually he left. And so that's when I decided to open my eyes to wake up. And yeah, obviously no one's there. And then I went back to sleep because I'm so sleepy, dog. So
I'm so eepy.
Yeah, I'm so eepy. So I went back to sleep and then it was the same thing where it was the same person, but then this time they were like aggressively pacing in the classroom and then sometimes they would go up to my desk like in front of me and then just stand there and watch and then go back to aggressively pacing. And I didn't have my head on my desk. I had it like propped up on an elbow, like my elbow propped up, and I had my head on my hands.
Yeah.
And then because I didn't want to wake up, like like this is scary. And so I'm just like I just stayed like that. And then I felt the thing like grab my arm and then yoink me down on the ground. And then that's how
I see.
And then I woke up and I was like, by myself. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I hate that. And because Maku doesn't learn his lesson, I went back to sleep.
Oh.
I went back to sleep. And then it was like,
It was like normal, like the before ones when there was like multiple people coming in. And I'm like, okay, well, even if it is a fucking... I'm not going to wake up until, like, you know, until, like, the TA or some shit comes in. Right? Until the lesson actually fucking starts. I'm not gonna wake up anymore, because that's fucked up. And, so I'm sitting there, like, people are coming in, and then, like, someone sits in front of me, on the desk in front of me, and then turns around and starts, like, talking. And I'm like, oh, I hear my friend. I was like, oh, it's my friend Chris. And, like, my friend Chris is talking to me. And I'm just like, that's crazy. And then I think to myself, I'm like, what's Chris doing here? Because, like, we don't share this class together. Like, he's in a year ahead of me. And then, like, as soon as I think that to myself, I don't say anything. I just think that to myself. As soon as I think that, the voice stops. Like, Chris stops talking. And then like, the person in front of me is still the same person. Like, they didn't move or anything. And then it starts talking again. And it's another friend named Pete. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like, well, like, yeah, Pete and I are in the same year, but Pete is in a different section than me. And so he isn't in this classroom. And then it went quiet again. And it just stayed like that. And it was just watching me. And then I woke up because actually people came in.
I see.
Actually people came in at that point. And then I'm like, oh, that was so scary. Actually, that was really scary. So, I had a meeting with my tutor later that day and I was telling him what happened. And he was just like, that sounds like you need to go to the church and be blessed.
Yeah, that's
He was like, that sounds like you need to be like exercised or something.
I was like, hey, are you okay? Is everything all right at home?
And I was like, yeah, no, everything is fine. It's just, you know, the stress of university. And he was just like, that doesn't...
No.
What the fuck?
Like, hey, homie, that doesn't just sound like stress.
Anyway,
Hey,
I hope that you
sorry
all
to
enjoyed
give you
Mako
the
being
news.
possessed by demons or whatever.
Or whatever is certainly the
Peer diagnosed possession. Yeah,
peer diagnosed possession.
yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
that sounds about it.
Basically. And I was telling my other friend about it later, and they were like, that's fucked up. And then they started burning like fucking white sage incense, and they were like, no.
What?
This is fucking crazy. That's fucked up.
That's sick. That is genuinely sick.
So yeah, no, Maku doesn't miss being in university. Maku's glad that Maku is graduated and no longer in school.
And no longer in school.
Oh, you know,
You know.
just one of those days where you get tormented by demons, except actually.
Except actually.
Okay, back to the wholesome game.
Back to the wholesome game.
Smile, you two! You spun just in time for Kyra to snap a picture of you and Cove together before she pointed her camera at Cliff, trying to get a shot despite his weak protest that she should just enjoy the moment. Your parents were walking behind the group a little, with Mom telling Ma some information she had read about the park in a brochure. They're so sweet.
Sweet.
You're so sweet. Ma listened happily while looking around and taking in the sights, every now and then asking a question or making a joke about something Mom had said. You smiled at them, thinking your mom must have read a lot of pamphlets to know so much about the park. Maybe you should come and work here as a tour guide, if you know so much about the place.
Oh.
Okay. Elizabeth teased, earning
I
a
see.
squeeze on the nose from your mom. She seemed to be enjoying herself, but you thought that might just be because she was amused by everyone else's reactions. You were in awe of the redwood trees, you were fascinated by the sensation surrounding you. You were in a good mood. Just yeah, no, this
You're in a
was
good
pretty
mood.
good.
Yeah, you're in a
You
good
weren't as
mood.
impressed as others. You were embarrassed that the adults were so touristy.
Embarrassed.
We're at a tourist destination.
Oh wow. Okay.
I love trees. I love touching grass.
Yeah.
Surrounding you on either side, the enormous trees shot up into the sky, the sunlight peeking through their canopy and speckling the path in front of you. The sheer size of the redwoods made you feel like a tiny ant bustling along through the forest. The adults had decided on some casual nature walks rather than any serious hiking, and you strolled along at your own pace, taking in the scenery. Elizabeth sped up a little, smirking at Cove as she fell into place between the two of you, and immediately, you could tell by her expression, she was gonna say something taunting. She looks like she's about to start shit. I know I'm covering her a little bit, but look. She looks like... Look at her, she looks like she's gonna start shit.
Does.
I love her.
She's so silly.
She's so silly. I can't believe our families are actually on vacation together. He threw
Cove
her...
looks like he is not having it.
Cove is not having it. She threw her arms out, speaking with a genuine sense of bewilderment. I would have joked about something like this happening, but now I'm not sure I want to give them any more ideas. Cove smiled at her, even if it was a little awkwardly, and continued walking along. Cove...
He does
Well,
not care.
These two are always at each other's throats, and it's so funny.
He does not fucking care.
Just watch. Next year, they'll be talking about their next new amazing idea. She put on a fake voice deeper than her own. We should just sell both our houses and move in together. Think of how much money we'd save on the mortgage. It was clear that Elizabeth was being sarcastic. Cove simply shook his head, not really bothered by... He's done. Not really bothered by her. You suppose he was used to it by this point.
It's been literal years.
It's been literal years. But seriously, they really do act like we're a single family just because we live across the street from each other.
Sis.
Oh my god. Elizabeth gave you and Cove a look, her eyes glinting with mischief as she leered at you.
Yeah.
Maybe one day we'll be related. Legally, anyway. Girl.
Are you scheming on them? That's crazy.
She said it as though she was a gossipy old lady. She's so cute.
She's so silly.
She's so silly. But she almost immediately dropped the tone and nonchalantly said her real thoughts. At least, that's what Ma thinks. Liz is so nosy. I love her. I also love her. She's so funny.
Nosy.
She's such a shitster. I love her so much. Cove still blushed, which made Elizabeth smile
Oh,
triumphantly,
his face.
He's just a guy. as though that was her whole purpose for teasing him. Then he mumbled quietly, refusing to make eye contact with either of you.
I don't know why you think you're so funny when no one else does.
Oh my god, Cove!
Holy shit, brother!
You told her to cut it out, around. Cove has a point. It wasn't a great comment.
I'll marry you.
I'll marry you, Cove. Cove, don't worry, I'll marry you.
Don't worry, honey.
Don't worry, Cove. I got you, King. That would be fitting, after all, considering what you thought about when you first met him. I know we already said it, but like the child that we are playing as has an
Yes.
amazing memory compared to
Oh,
Maku's fucking
No,
fishbowl
because
memory.
my memory is awful.
My memory's dog shit.
This child has crazy emotional maturity, memory retention.
I barely remember what happened yesterday.
Dude, no, same.
What was yesterday? Wednesday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what the fuck happened. I only remember what
Holy
happened
shit.
on stream days because, you know, streams happen and I have actual records of it happening, so then I rewatch
Yeah.
it the following day.
Right, no, exactly.
Yeah. But I don't know what's going on there. The fact that this child remembers, oh yeah, I remember when Cove's dad tried to bribe me with $20 to be friends with his son. Like, it's like, I would have forgotten that by now, shit. Like, oh, you know, I made a passing comment that I was gonna marry the new kid in town.
Yeah.
And you remember that shit? That's crazy.
That's fucking wild.
He looked at you in disbelief. He genuinely could not believe this is where the conversation had gone. Don't worry over it. You can take as long as you need to think on that.
That's wild.
Just like putting my finger to it, like shush, 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 shush. It's okay. It's crazy.
It's like, shh, don't worry about it, bro. Take your time.
Cove frowned and reddened harder, but pretended to ignore what you were saying. Your sister noticed what was happening. Ooh, he isn't going to engage with this topic. She's such a piece of shit.
She's so silly.
He groaned at the continued teasing and increased the pace of his walk. The day continued on with plenty to see and experience. You passed a few different activities that you would have liked to try out if you had the time, such as kayaking and road climbing, rock
Road
climbing.
And hiking.
But Ma said that would have to wait for another trip. Oh, tell me about the character you're playing as. I'm playing as... I'm answering the questions as me, but, like, you know, MC in general, like, in these types of games, always has some level of personality, right? So, yeah, no, like, it's just that, the MC has a lot of emotional maturity for being, like, 13. Like, 12 or 13.
Like, technically speaking, this is just Maku.
Yeah,
That is
as
the
a grown ass
intention.
man.
Right. However, comma. This child version of
This
Maku
child
is
version of
not the
Maku.
same.
I'm trying to answer as best as I can as I would have at the appropriate age,
Yeah.
right? But like, no matter what, this child is just extremely emotionally mature for their age,
Right.
and also has really good memory. Like I said,
For some reason.
for some reason, maybe Maku is just a silly little guy.
Yeah, maybe Maku's just exceptionally silly.
Exceptionally silly. Did I read that? Yeah, I did. Boy, hi boss, it's nice to see you.
Hi.
Oh damn, I feel like a huge dork now. I created characters for each round. No, you're real for that.
I mean, yeah, there's no right or wrong way to play.
Yeah, no, you're real for that.
Yeah, you're chill.
I usually do like if a character doesn't have like a canon name that is like reinforced, you know, like the only ones I can think of are like Pokemon or like SMT or something, where it's just like when you're playing the game and you play as like Red or something, right? I usually just put myself in so I can have that degree of like immersion, but yeah, no, like if I've already played the game once, then I'll like make little OCs. So I get you. I literally did that today. I was playing Fantasy Life on the 3DS, and I made a little OC because I already played the game as myself. Are you excited for next week, boss? Dog, I was listening to VK Blanca music all day. I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
I was so excited.
And I just can't hide it. Are you excited, boss? There was a little stream during the walk that you sat beside and set out a picnic for lunch, nibbling on a selection of fruit, sandwiches, and chips. I am. Hell fucking yeah, dude. Various birds flew by overhead, and you made a game out of guessing the species that were hanging out in the trees nearby. You even managed to get a couple of them right, including the kingfisher that grabbed half of Cliff's sandwich. Take that! Jesus Christ. Homie is just trying to enjoy his meal. You're glad you got to do this in the end. You were disappointed to only have one day. You thought the long trip wasn't worth
only one day.
You had more fun hanging out in the RV.
You did not have a good time.
That's wild. I mean, so far it looks like everything has been going well. So I think I would have been happy to do this. Like, you just want, yeah, it wouldn't be this because like I've never been that much of an outdoorsy person. Yeah. I had fun. I love trees. It was definitely a special experience and one you'd remember for a long time to come. You smiled to yourself, committing the sights and sounds to memory. Your group made it back to camp just as the sun was setting in the sky and the stars were appearing one by one. Curious, if you're still here, do you have a favorite route? I've only done off stream. I've done Coves and I've done Baxter's, and I'm normal about Baxter's route.
Normal.
I'm normal. I'm so normal about Baxter. I'm so normal about Baxter. I'm so extremely normal about Baxter.
So normal.
So normal. Everyone had enjoyed different parts of it most. You traded stories of what you thought while you were eating dinner, then afterwards you pitched in to help clean up. You, along with Elizabeth and Cove, got to head back to the RV early and spend some time together while the parents stayed outside longer. It was nice to have the space to yourselves after the cramped journey there, and while Elizabeth had locked herself in the back room with her headphones, you and Cove were left in the main lounge area. You hung out with Cove. Dog, I would not just leave my homie on the floor. That's crazy.
No, what the fuck?
Take that, asshole. Jeez. We might as well get comfortable. Who knows how long they'll be out for. You took a seat on the sofa while Cove sat down on the other end, tapping his fingers against his knees. Your cheeks warmed a little at that. Being close to him never failed to feel exciting. They're so cute.
They're so little
They're
and
so
silly.
little and silly. You'd seen Cove nearly every day for the past 5 years, but seeing him in a jacket was still somewhat unusual. In Southern California, he could get away with that. It was a simple difference from his normal style, yet you couldn't help noticing the way he looked right now. It looked great on him.
So silly.
He looked so good. In fact, Cove always looked nice. Oh my god, dude. We're down bad. We're down bad. We know what you are, MZ. Because I'm you. I know what you are.
Yes.
When Cove cleared his throat, your eyes snapped to his. He had an eyebrow raise and had clearly caught you staring at him. As if he wasn't fucking staring back.
No, right. No, exactly.
He's so sweet.
What?
Is everything okay?
You averted your gaze from him entirely? Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I am also so normal about Baxter. You're correct. I totally don't have an entirely thought out OC for him or a No!
Oh my god!
Oh, peak step 2 experience. Kai, you're correct. Correct.
Kai.
Hi, Kai. Nice to see you. Thank you for dropping by. That looks nice on you.
Yeah,
That was
everything is
just
really
normal.
good. You said nothing. Yeah, don't worry about it, homie.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. From his expression, you could tell he would have preferred hearing more about what was going on in your head, but you didn't want to say that out loud.
Because you're a freaky frog.
Because I'm a freaky frog. But you decided to explain a part of it. You know, I hardly ever see you wearing a jacket, especially in summer.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I like wearing as few layers as possible. It's easier that way.
Yeah, he's always at the beach.
Yeah. I'd rather be cold than extra hot. And it's kind of a pain to carry extra clothes around. My parents made me bring this jacket.
That's fair. I'm the same way. I also prefer to just be cold.
Because I can take off a jacket. I can't take off my skin.
Yeah, exactly.
I prefer the cold.
Well, I'm the same way. They're bulky and heavy, and they usually make me feel too warm. Ko smiled lightly at you and nodded. They're so
He's
cute.
so sweet. I've noticed.
What the fuck does that mean?
What does that mean? What the hell?
He's so
Brother?
Just us being like, oh my god, he's so sweet. What does that mean?
You perked up at hearing that. He noticed you too? You guys are...
Homie, you've been seeing him every single day for
We've-
5 years.
You asked him what he liked to see others wear his crazy fucking
Who
work.
asked that question?
So, what else do you like seeing people wear?
I'm asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend. Changing the subject. Fuck up on, ad break is starting. Enjoy ad break, motherfuckers.
Enjoy ad jail.
I should be nicer. Enjoy ad jail, everyone.
Yeah.
Maybe we should maybe wait for ad jail to finish.
Yeah, I think we should.
Maybe we should.
Maybe we should.
Maybe we should. I love Fantasy Life. I'm never gonna shut up about Fantasy Life.
You're so real for that, and I agree.
Are you gonna get Fantasy Life? We should play.
I mean, I am.
I think there's
wanna so
crossplay.
bad. Is there?
Yeah, I think there's crossplay between the things. I mean, like, either way. Like, if you're gonna be getting it on, like, Steam, or if you're gonna getting it on, like, Switch or whatever. If you're gonna get it on Switch, I'll probably get it on Switch. I'm like, I pre-ordered it for Steam already because Steam has, like, the early access.
Yeah.
Because I wanna play the game. But, like, honestly, if it turns out there isn't any crossplay and then there's a lot of people who have it on Switch, I'll just grab it for Switch. Probably at the end of the month, though, when I get paid again.
Yeah. This getting paid once a month business is crazy work, by the way.
Are you also getting paid once a month now?
No. I had the option to, but I said no.
Yeah, no, it's kind of wild. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, I would not like that.
Yeah, it's
I feel like
kind of
the
crazy.
same amount of money, but I'd prefer to get it at, you know, a more frequent rate.
Yeah. It's not as scary when you, you know, when you have a bit more of a steady, like, thing.
Yeah, I think you're...
Also, the camera that I wanted to get is back up on sale, so I'm just like,
Ooh!
maybe. But also,
Mayhaps.
cameras are expensive.
Cameras are indeed expensive.
Cameras are so expensive, guys. I was thinking, okay, I'm going on a trip next year. And I was thinking of
Yeah.
getting either a new phone or, like, a camera. And, like, I think I'm, like, I keep teetering back and forth. Like, maybe I should get a new phone. Maybe I should get a new camera. And currently I'm on the maybe I should just get a new camera phase. Like, a month ago, I was like, oh, maybe I should just get a new phone. Ad jail is over and the inmates are free. Welcome back from ad jail, everyone.
Welcome back from ad jail. Make sure you subscribe to the Maku Tanuki channel if you want to be ad-free and pay for Maku to learn how to read and for me to learn how to spell.
Pay for our education.
Pay for our education.
Slash
guys.
J.
Slash J.
Slash J. Like,
We are
fucking
not
bold.
being serious.
bolded, italicized,
Big,
slash J.
bold,
Heading 1.
underlined.
H1 slash J.
Right.
Fucking, you know. That conversation had run its course. Instead, you ask Cove about what else he would like to do in the park if he had more time. The two of you ended up chatting about various outdoor activities available. Kayaking, rock climbing, hiking, horseback. There was horseback riding, wildlife walks. Commissary sucked, and the phone calls were too short. Damn. No way I'm watching the Maku in full quality. Hi, Boba.
Hi, Boba.
Hi, Boba.
Hi, Boba. It's me. It's me. I know I don't look like myself, but it's me.
Yeah, Kumo's currently Chat-kun.
Yeah, I'm Chat-kun.
I'm Chat-kun.
I'm Chat-kun today.
Konbanwa, Chat. I'm you.
Konnichiwa, Chat. It's me,
It's me.
Chat
you.
Insert-kun.
I hate it. I hate it. Allura, Kumo's
fucking
bald,
hate
but
it.
it's okay. He's been dieseling it.
I am not bald. This is not me. Oh my days.
Bald.
I'm never gonna beat the fucking allegations. I'm sick. I'm sick. I'm sick.
What allegations of you being fucking Vin Dieseling it? Help. Help.
The bald allegation.
Okay, I'm like... Thank you for the follow, Curious. That's crazy.
Yo.
Thanks for following, Curious NPC. Ready to embark on this adventure together? That's the nicest Frosty Tools has been.
That's the nicest
is like
Frosty
that.
has ever fucking been.
That's wild.
It's okay, Kuma. I'll still love you if you're bald. Ouch. Ouch. I should die today.
There were so many things to potentially choose from. You made an agreement that if one of you had ever had the chance to come back, you'd bring the other two. That way you could try it all together again. The parents all arrived soon after, each of them climbing into the RV and finding some place to sit down and rest their legs. Elizabeth, having heard the commotion, came out from the room for the first time since arriving and joined you all. You spent the evening chatting and playing a few games, enjoying the last evening of the trip together. Rip Kumo finna make him into one of those graffiti t-shirts.
Oh
my god.
That's fucking wild, Boba.
Bedtime arrived within a blink of an eye. As the group hunkered down for the night, your mom did a final round to be sure nothing had been left behind. She explained that Cliff was going to start driving early in the morning, like on the first day, but would be letting everyone else in the group sleep. There wouldn't be a need for all of them to get up. What if I pass? I want to be immortalized into one of those. Oh, Boba, you're real for that.
Boba, you're already a ghost.
Oh, we in a road trip? We in a road trip. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Boba, you're already a ghost. Now is the time to check you hadn't left anything outside. You, as well as everyone else, were confident you had it all packed inside the RV, which meant it was time to get some rest before the journey home tomorrow. Your moms and Elizabeth said goodnight, heading to the back room while you climbed up to the loft. What if I re-die, guys? What if I re-die?
What if I re-die is crazy?
Cove and his family got situated below in the previously set arrangement. You tried to get comfortable as a million thoughts were running through your mind. It was hard to believe that the trip was practically over, and before you knew it, you'd be back in your own bed at home. You enjoyed this mini adventure. You thought the trip was okay. That was a waste of time. You hadn't had a good time. That's so sad.
You hadn't had a good time.
Yeah, I love this. I feel like this would have been so fun.
Yeah.
It was short, that was for sure, but you got to see and do so much during your time here. My brain went straight to, I don't know, I'm bald. Any other miscellaneous nuanced answer.
I should die today.
I guess Kumo's bald. I guess that's the new lore.
No, I'm not bald.
I ship us with Cliff's parents.
Yes! Yes! No, wait, you're right. No, but you're right. You're right. I know you mean Cove's parents, but you're right.
All in all, it was a
You're
nice break away from
absolutely
home.
right.
And you're right, Boba. What if we ship ourselves with all of the parents in this game?
What if? What if we did?
Vin Diesel Kumo.
No! Please don't let that catch on.
Kumo changed ever since he started talking about family.
What? Oh, I fucking love Vin Diesel.
I love Vin Diesel.
That's my goat.
Why are they so bad if not to be shipped with? Yeah,
So
you're real.
So real. We're just objectifying these poor parents.
The minutes ticked by silently. It didn't take long for the soft snores of Cliff and Kyra to drift up to you. They were asleep now. You wondered if Cove was still awake and decided to poke your head out from the loft to find out. You blinked through the dark. Looking down the hall, you noticed Cove laying on his back, his eyes staring straight up at the ceiling. His seafoam hair was spread
a
out on
freak.
his sleeping
Like a freak.
Let's get Kuma some aviator glasses.
What the fuck is your problem? I don't want to spread the Vin Diesel Kumo agenda.
Who said I had standards? Is crazy word.
Oh my god.
You must have felt you watching him because suddenly his eyes locked on yours. It was difficult to see much in the dim light, but you could make out that crooked smile on his face well enough. You grinned back at him. We're so silly.
You make a silly face.
You make a silly face because we're so silly. Cove rolled his eyes at you, or at least you thought he did. Then you gestured for him to come over. Let's have fun. On the loft bed, so comfy.
So comfy.
Cove looked unsure about it, but you were happy to see him slowly start to sit up anyway. Hell, fucking yeah. His sleeping bag rustled as he moved, though he tried to go slow and froze up like a deer in headlights every time he made a sound, watching his parents for any sign of movement. Dog, we're just chilling. Eventually, he managed to maneuver around his sleeping dad and make it to the ladder, standing on the bottom rung where he looked up at you and whispered.
What?
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 Hi.
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 That is something you would fucking say.
Hi.
Cove shook his head in disbelief, but you could see the hint of a smile peeking out. Marco.
Good night, Mako.
He turned right around and crept back on the floor. No, come back. Let me lay it down. No. Come back. Get your ass back up here. Not the way I can just rewind time. Get the fuck up here. You want to come up? His eyes widened, just so. You could only tell because he had to come where you were. Get up here. Exactly. Get up here.
Get up here now.
Cove glanced behind him quickly at his sleeping parents before turning back to you.
Okay.
Nar, come back. You broke out into a grin and scooched back as far as you could, making space for Cove to crawl in. He was very tall, so it wasn't a great fit for him, but he managed to squeeze himself in. He's so tall. Luckily, you were short enough to leave him with some room. Yeah,
That's
tiny.
crazy.
Just a little guy. Oh my
He's so
god,
little.
they're so sweet. He's so
know.
cute. He's so cute. Look
he's
at
so
him. He's just a
cute.
little guy.
He's
I'm
so
normal. You laid down next to each other on your sides, face to face. He got under the blanket a bit. They're so sweet. Sleepy little
tiny. They're so
baby.
cute. Oh my god.
One of his arms was nestled under his head for comfort. The other had nowhere to go and was rested along his chest on the floor of the loft. Cove spoke to you softly.
So, what am I doing here?
What do you mean? We were just chilling, homie. I thought we could hang out. Good.
He looks so concerned.
He looks like Maku, what the fuck,
He
homie?
looks bewildered.
Cove's eyebrows dipped. He probably thought you had something more important than that going on. Chilling, I don't know.
I'm not sure about this.
Bro Fogor.
Or Forger.
Cove swallowed loudly, and you notice he wouldn't look you in the eyes anymore.
His reaction made you happy as crazy.
That's crazy. If you were a fucking sadist.
That's crazy. No, he's so comfy. Now
so
the two of them are so comfy.
He's so EB.
He's so EB. It seemed natural to have him near you, and being close like this only made it better. You thought back on the trip and the little moments you'd gotten to spend together with Cove. It felt like this trip definitely brought you together even more, and not just physically in the same space. These are so cute.
So adorable.
He's so awkward. I need to give him an extra blanket and hot chocolate, right? That's wild. No, this is so sweet. I feel like he would like combust with this.
Yeah, he
one.
would fucking die.
He would die. You okay? Well, like, let's talk. What's up? So it's been a really nice night, huh?
Hmm? Oh, yeah. I guess it has.
He's so cute. Don't you think the loft is more comfortable than it looks?
It's nice.
It's not bad. It'd be nice to have more room.
Homie, have you considered that you're just too tall?
Have you considered that you're just very large?
Cove smiled at you through the dim light, and you knew he was only joking. The two of you continued to whisper for a while, becoming more relaxed.
Very quickly, Maku. Hold on. I need you to check DMs. 1 second.
Shut the fuck up! Do you mind if I share?
Yeah, go ahead.
Y'all, I know what you are, and I'm assuming that I know what chat is. You know that fuck ass picture of Alba on his fucking bed? Kumo just sent me that fucking picture of Alba on his bed.
No, because he's posing like
If you know, you know. If you don't, you don't. And that's fine.
That's
you can
how he's laying there. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry, it was the first thing that popped into my head.
God damn it. Not super comfy. Yeah.
So comfy.
It's so comfy. It's comfy for Kumo and me, apparently. These are so cute. Do we give him a
These are all so
kiss?
cute. We could give him a kiss.
Oh my god, what if we give him a kiss? Wait, give me a spelling. I'm googling. Alba, A-O-B-A.
Oh no. Oh no.
A-O-B-A.
Alba.
But kisses give you
Kisses give you-
cooties. I'll get cooties for him. The fuck?
Yeah. Wait, are you saying that you don't want our cooties, Boba? I see how it is.
Accurate.
Thank you. I'm not tweaking.
No, you're not tweaking. I just hate it. You're not tweaking, homie. I just hate it. But you don't want my cooties. When did I say that, Boba?
Literally, when did we?
Literally,
say that?
when did we say that?
We want all of your cooties.
It's true.
Always.
Give him a little smooch.
Let's give him a kiss.
You moved in even closer, eyes half closed as your lips inched towards his so slowly. Cove froze immediately. You could feel his body trembling against you as you neared.
This poor little guy.
He's just a guy. Oh my god, he's just a guy. You grew close enough to be one motion away from placing your lips together. Oh no! Then all at once, he bolted upright, completely forgetting the restrictions of the location and smacking his head against the roof of the RV with a loud crack. Oh!
Oh my god!
Making you
Who's
gasp
gonna
a
wake
lot.
everyone up? Ow!
Cove, are you okay? Cove didn't answer. He fell back to the loft floor in a flustered pile. He pressed one hand against his head and over his face as he groaned in pain.
Oh, the poor thing!
The sound of movement in the RV below you started you, and when you looked over the side, you noticed Cliff had similarly shot up and was looking around wildly.
What's wrong?
Oh no, everyone's looking up!
Everyone's up! They know what we are!
Oh no!
Wake up, people! Something happened!
Oh no! This is so embarrassing!
This is so fucking embarrassing! Oh my god!
Oh no! Cliff reached over to where Kyra was on the couch and she whined as he shook her out of a deep sleep, and not to be interrupted by the chaos. What's going on? And then the lights came on! And you scrambled under the blanket to avoid being seen, but it was too late! I'm mad Cliff sleeps just heavy enough to not notice Cove getting up, but instantly bolt up at this. No, you're real!
No, that's so sick!
No, you're real! That's so fucked up!
Like, you don't notice your whole child leaving your side at night, but the moment you hear him say, "Oh, my head," you're like, "What happened?"
No, this is fucked
Across
up!
the fucking room,
Everyone's
help!
awake! The way that he says, "Wake up, people," that's fucked up,
Wake
dog!
up! Something happened! Oh no, please!
Oh no! Cove? Where are you? Maku, are you? Oh.
Oh, it's crazy! Oh, it's crazy!
Oh no! It only took a second for Kyra to figure out where her son had gone, and you soon heard Cliff's chuckle as he too realized, no, guys!
No, this is so embarrassing! You were warned there wasn't much room up there, bud.
Cliff enemy number 1 to MC at this point.
That's
Oh,
sick!
no. Cove groaned terribly again, but this time it was out of humiliation. He moved the hand from his sore scalp to also cover his shame rather than face his parents. No!
Oh, the poor thing!
What's with all the noise out here?
No! Everyone's here!
No, please.
To your horror, the door at the back of the RV opened and Elizabeth, as well as your mom, peeked their heads out into the hall. No! Everyone's here! Is everything okay? Oh my god!
Sorry.
It's nothing. Sorry for waking you up.
Smash Bros. Ultimate, everybody's here! Everybody's here!
Everybody's here!
Cove curled into himself, completely humiliated as he apologized a couple more times. Not loud enough for anyone other than you to hear, though.
Oh.
You just
This
tried to
poor
check in on my poor little
thing.
guy.
I would not laugh at him.
You know Liz is never going to No, Liz, I will be
We're
on my
never
deathbed.
recovering
I'll
from
be
this.
on my deathbed and Liz will be go, remember that one time?
Remember that time that Cove almost concussed himself because he
tried to
didn't want to kiss you yet?
That's crazy.
Remember that time Cove almost gave himself blunt force fucking trauma?
No, but the crack is so scary. Like
The crack is nasty work.
Hey, how's your head? With another whimper, he's just a baby. Cove pushed himself up onto his
baby.
side.
Oh my god, he's so tiny. I should probably get Mom to look at it.
Bro, what did I come into? Justin, Cove smacked his head on the ceiling, dog.
We tried to kiss him and he fucking sat up so quick.
Why
he
am I
almost
asking that
concussed
question? Why
himself.
are you asking that question, Justin? You come into my stream asking, oh, what's going on? Why is Maku normal? The fuck?
What do I expect?
What do I
Alright,
expect?
Justin.
Shut the fuck
Alright,
up.
Justin.
Also, hi, Justin. It's nice to see you.
I self-help.
Justin, so nice to see you. Thank you for dropping by. I hope you've been doing
Hi,
well.
Justin.
Kyra casually came over to the edge of the loft. She patted her son on the back. Don't worry, sport. You tried.
Poor thing. No, because I know she knows exactly what happened.
She knows exactly what happened. Come to mama, baby. You can't stay there. Hola, hola. There was no putting it off. Cove climbed down the ladder, his face still red as a tomato when he reached the bottom. Oh my god, everyone is awake. Everyone saw.
Everyone's fucking awake and staring at him.
Kara
I
instigates
would
almost
kill
as bad as
myself.
Lee, sometimes worse. So real. His dad gave him a nudge on the shoulder as he passed, trying to hold back renewed laughter. God damn it, Cliff! His mom pulled him over to give his head a quick look over. Guinness World Record for the most embarrassing moment. Real! After
This is
announcing
so
it wasn't
mortifying.
anything more serious than a bump, Cove shuffled over to his sleeping bag on the ground. He collapsed into it, not caring if he should be more cautious with his head right now.
Sure, sure.
All right, show's over. Let's all get some sleep.
Oh my god! You can hear the snickers from the back of the RV from your mom's and Elizabeth. Oh no!
No, because the ride home is gonna be so long.
It's gonna take a whole ass day!
It's gonna take an entire day. We're cooked.
They really had been watching this unfold like it was a piece of entertainment. No! But at that, they quickly said goodnight and headed to bed. Oh my god! Show's over. You started it. No,
No,
real. That
precisely,
exactly.
precisely.
Cliff is a fucking menace. Getting gaslit for an entire day while stuck inside a mobile home. With nothing more you could do, you laid back down as the lights went off again. You stayed there completely and still until sleep finally overtook you. I would not be sleeping, homie. I would be
I would
crying.
jump cliff is crazy.
I would jump a cliff. Yeah, no, that's crazy. When you woke up the next morning, it was to the rumble of the RV as it traveled the long journey home. Blinking the sleep from your eyes, you peeked over the edge of the loft slowly, trying not to be seen. Cole was sitting on the couch with his mom, the two of them talking quietly together. His head was hung low. Cliff jump takes on a new meaning. Shut up, curious. What the
Crazy
fuck?
work.
That's crazy. You blushed when you remember what it was like last night. Yeah, just the two of you up in the loft together and the way you almost kissed. And then he fucking, like, smashed his head against the ceiling.
The metal ceiling, mind
The
you.
metal ceiling. And there was a crack. Kyra suddenly looked up and caught your eye, and your face grew even hotter, though she simply smiled at you.
She knows what you are.
You knew it was gonna be a long, long time before either of you lived this down, if you ever did. We're never living this down.
You're never living this down. Not your whole, both of your entire families are here. They all know.
They saw! Because Cliff woke everyone up!
Because Cliff fucking woke everyone. No, because it would have just been him if he shut the fuck up.
It would have just been him. It would have just been him and Kyra, maybe.
Maybe.
Because it's actually pretty normal. It's like, hey, my son is missing. Kyra, our child is missing. That's pretty normal. But Cliff waking... Everyone wake up! There's something happening! That's crazy fucking work!
In the middle of the fucking night.
Soon your
Oh,
moms and
God.
Elizabeth emerge from their rooms dressed and ready for the day of travel. You spend most of the day hanging out together in the RV. Wait, what else would we do? Savoring the last few hours of vacation. Kyra suggested a few different travel games that she used to play with Cove when he was younger, and you all had a great time competing against each other.
What else would we do?
No, because
What else would
we're
we do?
fucking stuck, dog. Like, what the fuck else would we do?
You sounded so heated when you said it's like, yeah, what the fuck else are we gonna do?
No, because straight up, we're just stuck here having to deal with the fact that our parents fucking saw us almost kiss. And then Cove got a goddamn concussion. We're gonna have to live with that fact.
I'm crying.
How'd your first kiss go? Oh, Cove got a concussion.
Oh, got a fuck, and it wasn't even. We didn't even get to kiss.
We didn't even get to kiss. A little later in the
Like,
day,
oh, yeah,
you
I
tried to talk to
kiss
Cove
him
about what
and he
happened.
cussed himself.
Oh my god, I would kill myself. Sorry. You tried to talk to Kobo what happened, but he simply apologized and changed the subject. I would I would leave, dog.
I'm tucking and rolling.
I'm exiting the vehicle as we speak.
I'm opening the window and I'm diving out.
I'm exiting
That's
the vehicle.
crazy.
That's crazy.
No, because what do you mean you want to change the subject? We're in close proximity for the next day.
Cause I don't
Let's
get no
talk
sleep because of
about it.
y'all. Y'all don't get no sleep next to me.
Help!
Help! It was a bit too much for him to try speaking on, especially right now. You understood? I would in Minecraft. It's crazy.
Oh my god.
When the RV finally pulled over onto your street, it was well into the night, and you were looking forward to crawling into your own bed after the last few days anyway. I'm ready to go into my room and never come out ever again.
I'm doomed.
Everyone else must have been feeling the same because it was mutually agreed that unpacking and cleaning the RV would wait until the morning. Once home again, you went straight up to your room and dropped onto your bed, shoes and all. No, that's disgusting. Why didn't we take off our shoes at the door?
This is I don't listen. I normally don't really judge people for wearing shoes in the house, but I prefer a no shoe household. Stay safe.
You were happy to be in your own bed. It felt weird to be alone. It felt good to be alone. That's good. That's a good one. I wish you were still on the trip. You miss being near Cove. It's so fucking funny.
Oh.
How down atrocious are we gonna be?
I mean, we tried to kiss him.
We tried to kiss. Honestly, I love being in my bed. You know what I love more than Cove? My bed.
My bed.
You stretched out with a smile on your face, enjoying having the space all to yourself. With those last few thoughts drifting through your mind, it wasn't long before you dozed off to sleep. Tomorrow, life would go on like normal.
No, it fucking
No, it fucking won't. No, it fucking won't. No, it fucking won't.
Hey, that took 2.5 hours.
Are we
We're
shocked?
fucking yapping.
Are we shocked? No.
No.
Down catastrophically. Yeah, really.
Down horrendous.
Down horrendous. We buying DLC? I have the DLC. Don't worry, Justin. I have the DLC. I'm missing one.
Justin on Twitch?
Fucking the only DLC I'm missing is the fucking the spicy one that you get on like their I think they're What's that website?
Itch.io.
No, what's the website?
The other
Wait,
one?
Patreon.
Oh. Yeah.
And Maki, you can say you buy it, but not playing on stream. Patreon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, that's the only one I don't have. But I have the Baxter DLC and I have the Derek DLC. I almost called him Alex.
Uh-oh.
So as a fun little dip into Maku's brain, I categorize like characters as Stardew Valley characters.
Yes. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I see like you know, for example, the main character of fucking Solo Leveling, that's a Sebastian.
Dungeon Woo.
Yeah. Derek kind of looks like a
Yeah,
guy
I
that would
see
be
it.
named Alex.
Yeah.
Basically any sort of like dark-haired character.
Shut up, Amaris.
Why Stardew? It's so trash. Listen, because Stardew's a good game.
Stardew's so chill.
Unless
I'm
you're
kidding, I
playing,
love Stardew.
unless you're
I
playing
knew
Stardew
it.
like how Maku was playing Stardew like yesterday, dog. I've never been so stressed with anything Stardew related.
Help me! Help me!
Okay.
Help me!
That was fucking crazy. I deleted the file. It was stressing me out so bad.
Good.
There was, okay, basically there's a game
where it's basically just The Sims but social media. It's like The Sims but Twitter. And you can like pick like a character who would be your first follower, and then like I picked Sebastian from Stardew Valley. And give me a second. Let me like I wrote down what happened. I wrote down what happened. So the character that I made, like the character that I put in, was like a vintner, like a winemaker.
Yeah.
And basically anytime I tweeted about like making wine, Sebastian fucking hated it. He was so fucking mad every single time I talked about my hobbies. And then at some point Elliot joined in, and Elliot was like, "Oh my god, Maku and Sebastian being star-crossed lovers." So then he started writing Seb Maku fan fiction, but then he would also like start twisting the truth, then being like, "Oh, you know, Seb is so mean to Maku, so Seb must be the villain." And then Seb would get even more mad, and then like he would talk shit about Maku on his streams. And then at some point he told Maku to go KMS. And and then so I'm like, wow, this is very stressful. What if I just leave Pelican Town and then start my business elsewhere? And then fucking Sebastian sent his he didn't send his stands over to me, but his stands found out where I lived. This is all in the game, just like to be clear. It's not Stardew Valley, it's a different game. But then
Yeah, it's a completely different game.
so like the Sebastian stands found out where I lived, beat my ass up because they were like, "Oh my god, Sebastian hates you." And then they beat my ass up, and I'm like, "What the fuck, homie?" And then Maru comes in and it's just like, "Oh my god, Maku, you know, actually Sebastian needs your help because he's not in a great mental state." And I'm like, "Okay, but I'm also not in a great mental state and also in a not great physical state because I just got beat up." And Maru was like,
Yeah.
"Okay, but you know, my brother needs help." So then like, you know, I reach out to Sebastian. I'm like, "Yo, homie, I heard that you're not doing great. You want to talk about it?" And then Sebastian was like, "Oh my god, Maku listening to me, I feel so seen." And then like there's like a little bar, like a little relationship bar, and that shit started finally going up. And then the little explanation that it gives is like, "Oh, Sebastian's starting to become obsessed with you." And I'm like, what the
Uh-oh.
fuck? And then
What do you mean by that?
yeah, so then he just kept coming over to my house over like all the time. I don't live in Pelican Town anymore. So he just kept making the trip out to find where I lived. And then like Elliot was still writing Seb Maku fanfiction. And then he was like asking me about all of the details, and obviously I'm like, I'm not gonna, like, that's crazy, Elliot. Why would I tell you that shit? To the point that Elliot started planting fucking security cameras on Sebastian's person so that he could like listen in on all of the conversations and shit that was happening. And it's just like, what the fuck, dog? And more shit happened, but like, why is this starting to sound like DOL? I know what you are, Curious.
I know what the
I
fuck
know
you
what
are,
I
Curious.
know what you are.
You are sick.
I know what you are.
I know what you fucking are.
No, you're right, actually. This does sound like a DOL plot. No. Listen. Okay. But yeah, so at some point it got to like, I have no defense. No, you're real. You're real for this. So then at some point, like, the game is like, "Oh, hey, so this shit happened. What are you gonna do about it?" And then you write out like a little, like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this." So it was stuff like, "Oh, like this thing happened, but Sebastian thinks that it's like this. What should you do? And I'm like, oh, well, I'll ask why Sebastian feels that way because, you know, I'm curious on his input. And then every time I did that, my bar would go up, but then it would say, oh, Sebastian's getting more and more control. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? So I find out what that means later because at some point, Sebastian is not employed by me in my small wine business. So basically what happened was that he got hired by my distributor. So then he had, as a consultant, so he had full control over where my products were being shipped to. And he held that over my head all the time. And he was just like, oh, Maku, you know, you don't want to give me a kiss? Well, I guess you're not selling products anymore, huh? Or like, and then he also started writing code so that like, there would be like an AI that was constantly writing like positive reviews of my wine. But then if I made him angry, and by making him angry, I mean I would just like tweet out something like, oh my god, my dog is so cute today. And then he would get so mad. He'd be like, oh my god, you're paying attention to another living creature other than me? That's crazy. So then he started like, then he would change the code of the AI so that my things would get review bombed. And it's like, oh my fucking god. And then meanwhile, Elliot is still stalking us. Elliot is still stalking us to write fan fiction. And then at some point, Elliot then starts posting, like, Kyler behavior is correct, yeah.
Behavior, help me!
Yeah. The funny thing is, Kumo, is that we can just be like, no, you're right.
Yeah.
I also know what we are.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, it was crazy, and I'm like,
Fucking dude.
what the goddamn fuck? So Elliot was still stalking us, and then it got to the point that, like, Elliot would start sending... Like, Elliot was writing, like, love poems, and then addressing them to me, like, to Maku, and then posting them around the city, and then Seb would get so fucking mad, and then, like... And then Seb started getting, like... He started beefing with fucking critics, like wine critics, because a bunch of wine critics would find out where I lived, would come over and be like, oh, actually, Elliot sent us, and we're friends of Elliot's. So, you know, like, we can write a pretty good review of your wine, like, but because we heard that Elliot really likes your wine, so, like, you know, maybe you can, like, can we try it out? Like, what's going on? And Seb would get so mad. He was just like, oh my god, Elliot's going to steal you away from me. And I'm just like, what are you talking about, dog? We aren't even holding hands. There's more.
Yeah.
There was so much. I was like, I told Kumo about it, and Kumo just replied like, what the fuck?
No, literally, I will tell you verbatim what I said. I said every single thing that you're telling me, it keeps getting fucking worse.
Oh, also Sebastian founded a cult.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It was crazy. I deleted that file because I was like, I was thinking about it today. I was just like, do I want to play this or do I want to like try again? Because I don't know what happened.
Like, do I actually want to have fun or do I want to suffer?
I was so stressed out.
That would stress me the fuck out. Hello?
I was so fucking stressed out. It was crazy.
Hell, in my other file, I'm still having to deal with freaking...
Dealing with Sukuna doxing your ass.
Sukuna doxing me and sending a hitman after me just because I didn't want to fuck with him. Just like literally just because I didn't want to hang out with him and I did not like him. That's the only reason why he put a hit out on me. He put a hit out on me, stalked me, and took my pictures and sent them to my house, taped them to my door, just because I didn't want to be his friend. Homie, you have a child. Please leave me alone. You have a wife and a child. Leave me alone. This game is so fucking dumb.
This game is so fucking funny. This game is so fucking funny.
Also, in my Stardew, this is new. In my Stardew file, I gave Elliot a tour of like my greenhouse with all my beehives and stuff. And for some reason, he took me giving him a personal tour as a confession of my love for him.
He would. Elliot's a sweet little guy.
Yeah, he's so sweet. But then he posted on Twitter.com that we're dating when we're not.
He's just a sweet little guy.
He's so sweet. I don't know how. I do not know how to correct him.
Oh,
Maybe
also,
I don't.
also on my thing, on my fucked up Stardew file, there was like a smear campaign that started against my company by a different rival company. And so Sebastian
God.
decided to like enlist the help of Elliot to like think of a way to like get back at the company. So then Elliot started writing, and he took glee in this and writing slander and about
Jesus
about the
Christ.
other company. And then the little bar, like the little relationship bar that shows up, specifically said, "Oh, both Elliot and Sebastian understand that because Sebastian asked Elliot for help, Elliot has a leg up on him and can hold this over his head, but they're both okay with this." And I'm like, what?
I think you secretly got the Yandere AU, because what the fuck is going on?
No,
in
it
that
was
one?
fucking crazy. I started a
You needed
new.
to delete that one.
I needed to delete. It was fucking cursed. And then I started a new one. And it's much better.
Still selling wine.
I'm still selling wine because that's what I wanted my little fun farmer to do. Like when I'm playing Stardew Valley on stream as well, like my end goal is to have like fun wines.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we can do like meads and stuff. It'll be so fun.
So fun.
So fun.
I like making jams and pickles and stuff.
Hell fucking yeah, dude. But yeah, no, that's been my past couple of days. As you can
Yeah.
probably imagine, for those of you in the know, I also have a JJK file, and it's going exactly how I wanted to.
It's going exactly how you wanted it to.
Yeah. There's no need
So
to
will you,
elaborate. It's
King.
like it's a very I thought that the JJK AU was going to be a little like stressful because JJK, the universe, is inherently more
Mine is
stressful.
fucking stressful. I deleted Sukuna from the file. I
That's
couldn't
so
do it
funny.
anymore.
That's so
I couldn't
funny.
do it anymore. I did not want to have to deal with that man anymore.
That's so funny. That's so fucking funny. Maybe I should have just deleted. No, I would have had to delete both of them because Elliot was also fucked up.
Yeah.
But no, right now everything is okay.
Because it was only Sukuna that was fucking tweaking out. Everyone else was fine.
Everyone else is fine.
Really, everything I did, bro. No, bro was so attention.
I'm, like, shocked
would
that you
talk to
added
himself on his own
Sukuna.
post. He was talking to himself on his own post if no one replied to it.
He would.
He would.
I'm like shocked you added Sukuna.
I just wanted to see how he would interact with the other ones, and it went almost exactly how I thought it would until he directly targeted me simply because I did not speak to him once.
I mean,
I
that's
did not
so
directly
funny.
speak to him, so he sent people to kill me.
No, that's fucked up. I mean,
Genuinely fucked up. What's wrong with him?
no, that's fucked up. Where is?
So
there
now I
it
have a free
is.
slot. Give me suggestions on who else to add.
Who do you have?
I have, well, you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
I
know.
do.
It's the three that you know about, and no one
Yeah.
else.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Add Yuki or something. Add Choso.
I should add Choso. Like
Also-
regular guy Choso or like canon Choso?
Man, I don't know. Also, honestly, was not prepared to be talking about DOL today, but you know,
Yeah, that was a jump scare.
that was a fucking jump scare, dog.
That was a jump scare.
I wanted to while we're here talking about DOL,
Yeah.
I wanted to like get like Whitney's route, but like Whitney's is too triggering. to make any sort of progress with Whitney, it's kind of fucking crazy. What is DOL? It's you can play it on your browser, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
a
like
sandbox game.
yeah, it's a
But
text
be
based.
fucking warned.
Oh, there's a lot of shit that can happen in DOL. It's
There
kind of
is
fucking
so
crazy.
much shit in there.
No,
It
it's
is
kind of
not even funny.
it's like actually not for the like if you get like slightly upset by dead dove content, it's not for you.
Do not fucking play it, please.
Yeah. But yeah, no, Whitney's route is kind of fucking crazy.
Mm-mm.
Dead dumb content, dead dove.
Dead dove. Do not eat.
Dead dove do not eat. Basically like I wouldn't say that like trigger warning worthy content.
Dead dove is a term that describes content that is unsavory to a degree where you would try to avoid it at all costs if it genuinely makes you uncomfortable.
It
Kind of like roadkill.
it got like its meaning kind of evolved to that, but it was originally just like it was used on like tagging websites for media, so it was just like the tags would be like, oh, this is what it is, this is what is here, this is the type of story this is. And then if it's just a dead dove, it just meant like this is exactly what is in it's exactly here because it came from that show, right? There was like a meme.
Yeah.
And then it's like the I don't know what I was expecting.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it became kind of more of like a term that is like for
Like an
more
all-encompassing
unsavory
thing.
yeah, more
Yeah.
unsavory, more triggering content. Like potential to trigger is higher.
Very much higher.
Yeah, no, I have to be in a very specific mood for DOL.
Yeah, I was not expecting a DOL mention today.
Yeah, no, I really wasn't. But also
Oh, brother.
thrilled. Like I'll be so honest, kind of thrilled that we had a DOL mention today because that means that we're attracting the correct type of people. Anyway, that's your raid message. I'm going to be sending you over to Raccoon. I saw that they had a hype train going on earlier, and I guess we're a little too late for that. But we really needed to talk to you about Maku's extremely, like, horrendous time in Pelican Town.
Yeah.
But thank you all for joining in today. I hope that you all had a great time, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye.